fundamentals of drills work that we've done since all the way back to July. Coach Korea, special teams coordinator guy, he's done a really good job. Those guys that coach special teams with him, they've done a really good job of emphasizing how to get your body between the space that we're trying to run and the space that the defender is trying to close. And I think our guys do a really good job of that, and they stay on blocks, and they do a good job on double teams. But it's all goes back to the drill work we started, and we still do. We still do that same drill work this late in the season, at least once a week. So I think it's just a lot of repetition stuff that our guys do and gotten really good at it, and just a belief, and our returners believe that it's going to open.
Siloam's quarterback's been out for a game and a half. Do you guys, I mean, it's not like the NFL or something where you know the injury report. Do you guys ever hear anything like that? Is he going to play? Is he not going to play?
We have no idea. And so it's one of those things where you try to prepare for both, but it's not easy to do that because it could be two completely different things as far as what their philosophy will be. It depends on who's taking the snap. So, but I think he's got to be able to adapt quickly and get on the sidelines and talk to the kids about, hey, we got to do this instead of that, and that's something that we try to do. But yeah, there's no easy answer for it when you don't know, and especially at that position, because that makes a big difference.
You know Coach Lockridge very well.
Yeah, I know Doug. He's a good friend of mine. We known each other for years, and at one time when he was the AD at Alma, I think first came open when he contacted me, wanted me to take that job, the head job there. So we talked about it and different conversations. But I was just in a different place at that time. Really wasn't something I was interested in doing. But me and him we talked about it. He's a good guy. He's a good football coach. He's was coordinator here a long time ago for Jeff, and he's just one of those quality people. Not just a good football coach. He's a good man. He's a good guy. I really like him. So.
One of the things I've been meaning to ask for you and I haven't asked about was the junior high program you have, and the 8th grade team maybe winning their conference, and 9th grade team has been improving every week. How much of that do you have to oversee? Because I know you got a full-time job here, but you're also on the sidelines for every game.
Yeah, I always go to all the 7th, 8th, 9th grade games, and our coaches, they'll go to all the home games and help them on the sidelines, and then our coaches, we go to the morning practices, for school with the 8th grade and 7th grade at first period and stuff like that. So we try to help as much as we can. In the summer, we have our hands on them and help those coaches all summer over here. I make the junior high and 7th graders do all their workouts and practices over here at the high school in the summer, so our high school coaches can be around and help with drills and watch the kids and get to know them. Mm-hmm. And so as those kids come up, they know who the coaches are, and they've been around us, and I think it helps the transition into the high school, and I think it helps with retention of players and staying with it. And yeah, the 9th grade group has improved quite a bit. They're much better than they were last year, and they're competing in games to the end. And that's even with some injuries. They've had some tough injuries too. They've had 2 or 3 guys that they've lost for the season to tough injuries, and that's something you don't see that often at that level. There's been a few injuries down there at the junior high level too that we hate seeing, but I think the 8th grade group, though, they got a chance to win and play for first, so I think that's going to be awesome. And then our 7th graders, they've only lost 2, so they've had a pretty good season as well.
That's good.
They play next Monday at Moulton as well, but they've had a pretty successful season as well.
That's Dave Wheeler. We'll take a look at the 6A West when our pregame show continues.
Twist the throttle, tame the trails, power through tough jobs. Honda's Ride Red Summer Sales Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bikes. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Seatbelt and close the side dents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
Welcome back to the Cyclone Coaches Show. Well, last week in the 6A West, it was 4 blowouts. Russellville lost to Southside 56-15. Greenwood easily defeated Van Buren 56-3. Mountain Home beat Lake Hamilton 42-7, and Shiloh Christian shut out Siloam Springs 59-0. Greenwood is alone in the standings of the 6A West at 5-0. There's a 3-way tie for second place. Shiloh Christian, Mountain Home, and Van Buren. The Pointers still have to play both of those teams. Portsmouth Southside is alone in 5th place at 2-3. Lake Hamilton is 6th with a 1-4 record. Russellville and the Panthers are at the bottom at 0-5. Mountain Home travels to Van Buren tonight, which will move one of the two teams out of second place. Lake Hamilton hosts Shiloh Christian, and Greenwood will face Southside. Coming up next, we'll check in at Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Russellville Cyclone Football is brought to you on River Country KCJC in part by Nice Campers, Ritter, First State Bank, by Lathis Realty, Congressman Bruce Westerman, Arkansas Tech University, Chicken Mart by Union Bank, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Huntington Learning Center, Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Feltner's Athletes Corner, Arkansas Beauty College, Phil Wright Autoplex, Arkansas Tire and Auto, Gene Simple Treats, Russellville School District, Sorrel's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Chambers Bank, R&R Express, Stella Manor, and by Dr. Blaine Leeds DDS. Russellville Cyclone Football on River Country KCJC.
And welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs, where it's clear, 53 degrees. Temperatures dropping too, but the conditions are perfect for some Cyclone football. Good evening. I'm Mickey Duval here to bring you all the action tonight on River Country KCJC 102.3, or if you're watching our live stream on the YouTube channel Cyclone Booth, you can always get all that info through our EAB app. We're bringing you this game from the Lathis Realty broadcast booth here in Siloam Springs. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Lathis Realty. I'm Mickey Duval. My color man tonight is Aaron Duval. Our media team is Chase Canfield. Engineer and producer for tonight is Stephen Barry. We got our Cyclone Rewind. Last week, the Cyclones had a kickoff return for a touchdown, the second consecutive week. Just too much Fort Smith Southside and really bad conditions with a constant rainstorm the entire game. The Mavericks won 56-15. Marcellus Olson had the 95-yard kickoff return, and Siloam Springs, they traveled to Shiloh Christian. Expected to be a blowout. It was 59-0. The Panthers have struggled on offense this season. Siloam has actually not scored a point in 4 consecutive ball games. We turn now to my color man, Aaron Duval, for the Rocks forecast. What do you see from tonight?
When looking at this game, there were 3 factors I thought that could affect this game in some way. One is playing on the Siloam Springs home field. That's always an advantage to the home team, no matter how good or bad they are. Second thing is the injuries that have just plagued our kids on offense and defense. Just a bunch of our kids that's got injuries. Some may be trying to play tonight through those injuries. Others are out for the season, or at least out for this game. The third thing is we have some young kids playing in positions maybe they're not familiar with or they haven't had much training with at that position. So I think those things could affect this game. What needs to happen? We have to have a passing game to go along with our running game, which is very good. The second thing, we've got to take advantage of good field position, not only on offense but defense as well. And third thing, we've got to play solid defense. Siloam Springs quarterback, if it's the one that starts tonight, has 5 interceptions, 3 of them in one game. We haven't intercepted one yet. This would be a good night to intercept those. And then cut down on penalties, especially when we're in the red zone. Our offense, we can't afford to have penalties to move us back from that goal line. So I think that's the factors that could affect this game and things that we've got to do to take control of this game.
Well, Siloam Springs is a little bit like Russellville. They've changed up who they play at quarterback quite a bit. Who they want to play is a freshman, Titus Benson, but he was knocked out the second half of the Mountain Home game with a shoulder, did not play last week. They said it's a game-time decision, and when we got up here saying we run late here because of some car trouble, one of their writers said, we really don't think he's going to play. He'll dress out, but we'll wait and see. So it's going to be a quarterback up by committee for them. His older brother, Boaz Benson, more of the Wildcat quarterback. They do have a true backup in Caden Allen, who was injured the first part of the year. Jack O'Brien, number 28. There's 3 guys, and then they also have another Wildcat quarterback they'd like to throw in there in number 12, Isaac Calderon. So it may be a quarterback by committee for both teams. For the Cyclones, starting at quarterback, his first snap tonight at quarterback, Julius Thompson, the wide receiver for Russellville, wearing number 5. He'll be the starting quarterback tonight. At least that's what we were told. And who knows, Russellville may run quite a bit there. We know Edwin Castro, obviously the backup quarterback, will be getting some snaps in there too. So a lot going on tonight as we look
at the offense versus the defense. Russellville averaging, 16 points a game, and Siloam's defense giving up 33 points a game. For Siloam, they average, well, let me say it to you this way. They haven't scored in their last 4 games. If you took their first 4 games, they averaged 28 points a game. But if you average in the 4 shutouts, it's 14 points a game. So which Siloam team? You say, well, they haven't scored in 4 weeks, but they've played those 4 teams that are in the top. Van Buren, Greenwood, Mountain Home, and Shiloh Christian. They've been shut out in all 4 games. They have not scored since their opening game of the conference season, which they lost to Lake Hamilton. Scored 20 points in that game, but got beat 53-20. We're going to take a break, come back with looking at what's going on in the River Valley as far as ball games tonight. We'll take a break, come back, and do that. And this is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Hey, Dr. Blaine Leeds here down at the dental office. Did you know that we're a Platinum Elite provider with Invisalign through our relationship with Two Front Orthodontics? And we have the brand new iTero Lumina scanner, and it takes a full arch scan in 1 minute. So our team doesn't have to put any goops or pastes or putties inside your mouth. We can start Invisalign for you today. $100 a month, 100% financing. Give us a call today. That's 479-97-SMILE. Dr. Blaine Leeds. Live, love, smile. With approved credit.
West Fraser is looking for skilled electricians to join their team in a role that's more than just a job. It's a career. If you've got experience with 3-phase power, 480-volt systems, and machine controls, West Fraser wants to hear from you. You'll work hands-on, solving real problems and growing with a team that promotes within. Solid day one benefits, competitive pay, and a culture that puts people first. Build your career with West Fraser. Apply today at westfraser.com/careers.
Johnny Story along for River Valley Furniture, still south of high prices. Have you been by the Ashley Home Store? You know, a lot of folks think that Ashley is owned by a corporation, but that's not the case. River Valley Furniture owns and operates the Ashley Home Store. So Doug, Leon, Hunter, and all the staff invite you to come visit. Consider this your personal invitation to visit River Valley Furniture's Ashley Home Store, just off the ConAgra exit of Interstate 40, Highway 331.
Are you ready to take your beauty career to the next level? HairTech Studios is hiring estheticians, masseuses, salon professionals, and more to join their state-of-the-art family-owned salon and spa that's been serving the River Valley for over 30 years and counting. They offer hair, nails, waxing, extensions, permanent cosmetics, and spa services. This is your chance to grow your clientele and your career with a team that feels like family. Apply today and schedule your interview with Sharon Callahan at HairTech Studios, 211 North Detroit Avenue.
Welcome back to Glenn Black Stadium at Siloam Springs. Russellville and the Panthers getting ready to do battle, but it's senior night here at Siloam Springs, and you know they're honoring the seniors not just with their football team, but also with the band and all the spirit squads and things like that. They do an interesting thing here at Siloam Springs because we've been here for several senior nights. It's been the last home game for Siloam every other year. The seniors will lock arm in arms and stand at one end zone and actually walk all the way to the other end zone, their final walk. And they do that during pregame warm-ups. Kind of neat to see, and they do it again at the end of the game after everybody kind of clears out. So Russellville hoping to spoil their senior night tonight with a victory. Both teams in need of a victory. Now, if you're wanting to make the playoffs, if you're Russellville, you say, okay, we got to win our last 2. Didn't want to say this too much, but technically Russellville could lose this game and still make the playoffs. Yes, it could happen, because if they lose tonight but win next week against Lake Hamilton, that would actually cause a 3-way tie between Lake Hamilton, Russellville, and Siloam Springs. In fact, Russellville could win tonight, they lose next week, and they're out. So really, I don't say next week's more important, but that is the game that's going to determine whether Russellville will make the playoffs or miss the playoffs next week. So we will see. Now, if Russellville loses tonight and wins next week against Lake Hamilton, they may be in, they may be out, or it may go to a coin toss because all the teams had beaten each other. We create that perfect triangle that we always talk about. Last week in the River Valley, Alma defeated Clarksville 40-0. Dardanelle narrowly defeated Ozark. There was some close calls the last couple weeks. Pottsville beat Lamar, Mina over Dover. Atkins defeated Quitman 35-13. team. Jessefield defeated Danville 28-21, and Hector beat Johnson County Westside 47-18. Tonight, Farmington is at Clarksville. Dover travels to Waldron. Ozarks at Lamar. Pottsville goes to Dardanelle. Yeovil Summit is at Atkins, and Hector travels to Conway Christian. And we'll try to keep you up to date on scores around our Valley teams. But know that on the radio side, on KCJC 102.3, beginning at 10 o'clock, we'll have the scoreboard show with Rex Nelson, the voice of the OBU Tigers. That goes from 10 o'clock until midnight, and you can hear coaches call in. You can hear play-by-play guys call in. All that. So we hope you're going to be watching, listening to us, whether you're out with trick-or-treaters listening to us on the radio, or maybe you got us on your phone on the YouTube app, or you're sitting in front of your TV. We really are very grateful that you guys are here. And one little note, because we always try to keep everybody up to date on our Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, just go to Cyclone Booth. We really appreciate the prayers of people helping us get here, because we had kind of had some vehicle trouble and broke down in Fayetteville, but we're able to get here just in time. So we do appreciate all the support we have to bring you Cyclone sports. And hey, even though football season is nearing the end, as the regular season is going to be over in a couple weeks, and who knows, it will be in the playoffs, we got basketball coming up. So we'll have basketball for you, and then of course with the spring sports, baseball, softball, and soccer, it's a full plate, and we love it. We love every bit of it, and we're happy to bring it to you here on KCJC and also on our Cyclone Booth radio program and our YouTube live stream. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. They have the captains out, but they're still honoring some of the seniors. So we're going to take a break and then come back, and we'll see what's on tap. We'll take a little bit closer look at this Siloam Springs defense and offense. It's kind of been a clash of two different things. You see them getting blown out, but it's not always been a defense's fault. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
This November, R&R Tire Express is all about thanks and giving. At R&R, we're thankful for you. And to show our thanks, R&R is reducing payments by 25% on every set of wheels and tires in the store, so you can roll into the holidays with more cash in your pocket. We're also giving back to the community, and we want you to help. Nominate a deserving family to win a free Thanksgiving meal by texting MEAL to 43414. R&R Tire Express on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school, and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
Since 1991, Miller Roofing has stood over Arkansas rooftops as a symbol of trust, quality, and family. Miller Roofing Company has handled thousands of roofs with one goal in mind: exceeding your expectations through experience. So when storms strike, shingles age, or the unexpected happens, you don't have to wonder who to call. Remember Miller Roofing Company. They don't just build roofs, they build peace of mind. Visit miller-roofing.net today.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville. Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Welcome back to Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs in the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Cyclones taking on the Panthers here as senior night, as all the seniors getting introduced, and they're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem here shortly. So we'll quickly talk to you about the Siloam Springs offense. Mentioned that they have 5 quarterbacks, maybe 6 that they could possibly play. They want to play the freshman Titus Benson, who was actually the hurdle champion last year. But he can sling it around a little bit. Not great at it, but they like to throw it when he's in the game. He's going to be a game-time decision. Wearing number 2, he's dressed out. We're going to wait and see if he plays. If not, probably the first nod will go to his older brother, who's a junior, Boaz Benson, who's also he's kind of a tight end / split back, and does play on defense. He actually has a offer from Ouachita Baptist to play on that defensive line, as he was all-conference last year. They also have Isaac Calderon, who's on the other side. That's their defensive front. They play a 4-3 front, and they're two outside defensive ends. They're the ones that lead them in tackles. We're going to take a break as they're coming out with the color guard and going to do the Pledge of Allegiance national anthem. When we come back, we'll be getting ready for some Cyclone football tonight. Is Russellville up here in northwest Arkansas on a cold, cold night to take on Siloam Springs? A big game for both teams. We'll talk more about that and the history between these two schools when we come back. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
The Russellville School.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem presented by the Siloam Springs High School Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while the colors leave the field. Ladies and gentlemen, the Siloam Springs High School alma mater.
All right, welcome back. As they're getting ready to play the alma mater, we don't mind talking through that. I don't want to talk through the national anthem or Pledge of Allegiance or moment of silence or anything. We're back here at Glenn Black Stadium here at Siloam Springs at Lathis Realty broadcast booth. This is the 14th meeting between Russellville and Siloam Springs. Russellville leads the series 10 wins and 3 losses. They've actually played, this is 14 meetings, but 14 seasons in a row that they played each other. The first 2 were non-conference matchup. The next 12, they've all been conference matchups. So the first 2 times are actually within those first 3 games. Last year, Russellville won 38-14. It was a really weird game. Think about this. Russellville scored 38 points. They only had 28 offensive plays. But Russellville got a special teams touchdown. They got a fumble return for a touchdown by Bo Mosley, who's now at Hendricks. Ladarius Prince, our running back tonight, had 2 touchdowns in that game. Cyclones won that one easily, 38-14. The year before, Russellville won 61-17, which was actually the most points scored by a Russellville team since 1971. Back in 71, they scored 62 against Little Rock Mills. As we said, the last 12 games have been conference games, counting the one tonight. Last Siloam win was in 2020, and it was actually the last Siloam Springs conference win ever for them. They beat Russellville back in 2020, 50-47, 35 consecutive conference losses for the Panthers heading into tonight. Siloam did win 2 in a row back in 2019 and 2020. Russellville's longest winning streak against Siloam was 4. They did that from 2015 to 2018 and then 2021 currently. So going for 5 in a row against Siloam, which will be the most. The Panthers having the entire senior unit come out and be their captains, and then they break forth with 3 of them. I see Danny Brown out there as one of our captains. Julio Lopez, I believe, number 97, is out there. Number 18, which 18 will be Ty Groff, and I didn't see who the 4th one was for us on the left side.
I think it's Renfro, number 20. No, it's 20.
It's Luke Diber, 26,
Diber,
yeah,
yes.
who was injured before the season started. That seems to be a running thing. Russellville with so many injuries, and 2 more to report. Of course, we know about Nicholas Hallmark, who got hurt last week. He has a strained MCL, or torn MCL. He's done for the year. We also understand that Russellville may be without the services of Max Mitchell tonight. Sam Callahan, they said, would be a game-time decision, so kind of like their quarterback, our running back will be a game-time decision. But Russellville does have a couple running backs that will probably be the main go-to guys tonight. Number 1, Ladarius Prince, and number 9, Jaden Foster. Prince coming into the game tonight, he's got 700 yards career for the Cyclones. I'm sorry, 877. Don't want to shortchange him. Not 777, 877 for career touchdown runs. 2 of them were last year against Siloam Springs at home. We're looking out at the Cyclone helmet. The smoke is already coming out. Russellville's getting ready to take the field. Did you see the toss?
Russellville won the toss, and they deferred to the second half.
Okay, odd tonight. We're dry, we are cold, but no wind, so I don't know how to take this. So Russellville will defer to the second half. We're going to take a quick 30-second break and be back with the kickoff. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Come true at the University of Central Arkansas, especially now with the UCA commitment. This new program provides a debt-free pathway for tuition and fees for Arkansas students whose families earn $100,000 or less a year. And that impacts everything. It's fewer barriers and endless opportunities. Welcome to Bear Country. Learn more about the UCA commitment at uca.edu.
We're back here at the Lathis Realty broadcast booth in Siloam Springs, and they're playing Enter Sandman as Siloam runs out on the field. Not a fan of Siloam, but nothing wrong with that song. One of the greatest closers of all time had that song when he came out. You know who that was? Mariano Rivera. We understand we're having some issues on the radio side. We know the live stream seems to be going okay, so I don't know if it's just some spottiness up here in northwest Arkansas, so we'll try to weather through that as we're still trying to figure out what the problem is. Got some gremlins in our Merlin unit there, and Stephen Berry, our engineer, said it's gone trick-or-treating tonight. That's probably so. Russellville going to kick off as they won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. And we're ready to go. Russellville in their white jerseys, red pants. Siloam in their maroon jerseys with the silver numbers. And makes it kind of hard to see, to be honest with you, sometimes. But we're going to do the best we can. They could be wearing black pants. Usually they're in all maroon. Jesus Perez will be on to kick off for Russellville. Was unable to play last week as a family trip. He'll kick off here. It's booted towards the end zone, and they're going to let it hit. It hits just inside the 1 and rolls into the end zone, and so Siloam will have it. There's nothing wrong with that. Make them go the long route, especially a team that struggles on offense. Make them go 80 on you. Don't worry about it. If you got a kicker that can put it there, go right ahead with it.
Yeah, and this is where our defense can step up and get them out in 3 and get us the ball.
Okay, we're all kind of looking to see who's going to be lining up at quarterback. Boaz Benson is number 0. He'll be on the field no matter what. He'll be at tight end if he's not there. I see him running out there. I think he's going to be the quarterback. He is. And now their great running back here is Mason Short. If he gets clear, He's really fast. He's on the track team for a reason. He's there. They'll hand it to him first thing, and the Cyclones are going to hit him in the backfield. He breaks a tackle, is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think maybe Parker might have got in there on the stop, but we're lucky he didn't break that farther.
Yeah, we had him for a couple of yards loss, but he just was able to slip away. But still, that was a good down for our defense.
Yeah, the Cyclones are hurting on the defensive line, too, with some injuries. Parker in there and getting the start tonight. But also number 70, Carson Harris, who's usually on the offensive line, is getting the start at nose guard. And they're going to hand it off to Mason Short here. Or the quarterback keep it? No, he handed it off to Mason Short, and he picks up a yard, maybe two. That'll be it.
Boaz Benson on the carry.
They do give him the 22-yard line.
To the 21-yard line, 3rd and 9 for Siloam.
3rd and 9 is what they say. Looks like it's the 22-yard line. Looks like 3rd and 8 to me, but either way. And they're going to be doing this a lot on offense. They're going to milk the clock, take their time. So it's quite a different change. And Siloam Springs is going to call timeout. They had a play clock going down. And I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator or not, but there was a coach near midfield way away from the play. He started pointing, saying, hey, look at the clock. And so he was concerned about that. And so Siloam Springs is going to have to use a timeout here. Usually don't see a timeout that quickly, but they are, what I was going to say is they like to milk the clock too, which is really not like what we're used to seeing. We're so used to seeing so many teams that go super fast, like Shiloh Christian and Greenwood, and then teams that implore that NASCAR package against us, like Van Buren and also Mountain Home. But Siloam Springs looking at 3rd down. They need to get to their own 30 for a first down. Benson back to pass. He pumps. He throws across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking around, no flags, and they're going to have to punt. As he was going for Hudson Lockridge, the son of the head coach.
Yeah, good defense by our secondary there, knocking that ball down, and I don't know if he'd have got first down or not. But
yeah, he was close. I think the pass was a little bit behind him a little bit. Hudson Lockridge is the coach of Doug Lockridge, who spent some time in Russellville as the defensive coordinator for Jeff Holt. He won a couple state championships as head coach at Charleston, where he graduated from. Left Charleston, which was really shocking to a lot of people. And they get this punt away, and Ethan Haney almost got the block, and a flag flies back. This is going to be roughing or running into the kicker. The punt is going to roll dead at the 35-yard line. It would be a 43-yard punt. If it's running into the kicker, it's only a 5-yarder. We'll have to wait and see. It is a personal foul. Mason Short is their kicker. He's their running back, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it, but I wouldn't shock me if he sold it a little bit. I knew we were coming after it. You know, we've blocked a few extra points this year, but that penalty will give them new life, and Siloam Springs picks up their first down via the penalty.
Oh, this is what we was talking about in pregame. We got to avoid these type of penalties where it took the ball away from us.
Yeah, you're just trying to make a play there. And I tell you what, we did get close to it. Titus Benson still on the bench. Boaz Benson, his older brother, in at quarterback number 0. They're going to give it to Short. He's running left side. He'll tuck it up. He breaks a tackle and still on his feet and driven out of bounds near midfield, enough for the first down. And I'm telling you, that's okay. That he can run tough, but he's one that you got to keep your hands on him. Russellville did. You let him go. He's a sprint champion in track. He's a guy you don't want to see in track and field. They're going to go quickly here after the 13-yard pickup for Mason Short. Let's see if they go back to him again. At midfield, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They'll run Mason Short this time on the far side. Again, Russellville hitting them. This time they take him down, maybe about a half-yard gain. Once again, Carson Harris, who offensive line starter. This might be his first defensive start. I think he's a 3-year starter on the O-line, but because of injuries to Max Mitchell and Nicholas Hallmark, he's in there at nose guard, and he made that initial hit.
Well, number 3 Short, their running back, you can't hit him and knock him down. You've got to wrap him up.
And to our credit, when we don't tackle him, we're at least keeping our hands on him to slow him up a little bit and wait on help. 2nd down and 10. They're going to hand it off to Short, running right, left, right. That's all they do, and he gets the edge. He's at the 40. Russellville going to sling him near The out-of-bounds line is Matthew Merrigill there, but not before. Short gets to the 27-yard line.
Well, that was good blocking by Siloam Springs. Yeah, he did the run, but he had a couple of blocks there that really opened it up for him.
Merrigill, the safety, was one of two men on the tackle. I didn't see who else was there for Russellville. I thought it was Evan Stovall, number 24, but I'm not sure. But 23 yards on the pickup for Short, and they are just outside the red zone at the 27-yard line. Still first possession. We have no score. Siloam Springs on the move. Benson out of the shotgun formation, and he'll turn and hand it off. This is not Short. This is Estacio. And he's going to be dropped for a 1-yard gain. Ryan Estacio played in this game last year, and he was kind of the main go-to guy. Now he's like run, he'll receive, he'll kind of do a little bit of everything for him. Picks up a yard there. He's a junior.
Now they got number 28 as a quarterback.
Yeah, Estacio out wide, and 28 is Jack O'Brien. He's their leading wide receiver, and he's kind of taken over Wildcat responsibilities now that Boaz Benson is the main quarterback. And out of the Wildcat formation, will carry it straight forward. I don't think he got any yards on it.
I think it's about 3rd down and 9, looks like.
26, 3rd and 9.
3rd down on the season, the Cyclones giving up 3rd down percentage of 59%. Russellville's defense. Russellville showing blitz from the far side as they brought in a tight formation. Now Mason Short will line up at the split end, so empty backfield. They're bringing back in motion. Fake the forward pitch. Benson going to keep it himself and lowers his shoulder. He gets inside the 25 to the 24. Pickup of 2 on the play. That's just his first carry tonight. Boaz Benson, he'll carry some. That's just his 14th carry on the season. Again, usually in Wildcat formation, but his brother went out in the second half of the Mountain Home game. Did not play at all last week. That's where they used 5 different quarterbacks. We expected 5 tonight, especially if Titus Benson did not play. I'm still checking the sideline. I don't see him anywhere. They're going to go for it here on 4th down and 7. They need just inside the Cyclone 18-yard line. They got a wishbone formation here, and they're going to give it to the deep man on the pitch, and Mason Short, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken out of bounds, and they're going to call the Cyclones with a personal foul penalty here, a face mask. I don't know if he grabbed it. He tackled him up around the head. He did not make the first down. However, the penalty is going to give them more than enough yards. It looked like he went to tackle, kind of ducked down and just sort of grabbed the helmet. I don't know if they grabbed the face mask. He may have, is what I'm saying. I didn't see it. It just happened so fast. And so I think this will be half the distance to go because he went out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And so we'll see where they put it down. They are going to put it down at the 9. So, yeah, half the distance to the goal. Chase and I were talking about that last night. They could go the 15 yards. That's the one time where the defense has helped out. They're going to go wishbone once again. You know, Coach Lockridge ran this a little bit at Alma. We did not see this at all last year, but they're going wishbone formation. They're going to give it to the first man through the fullback, and he's running Russellville, stacking him up and drive him out of bounds short of the 5-yard line. As that first man through is Isaac Calderon. He's their other defensive end that we got to watch out for when we get the ball back, but they're on the move. They got something going here, and they're going to put him down. They're going to give him the 6. No, they're going to give him the 5-yard line. So a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Bartlett there, number 43, was in on the stop along with a couple other players. I couldn't get their numbers.
33 times other teams have been in the red zone against Russellville. Russellville has stopped them 5 of those 33. They're going to go under center this time with Benson. Titus Benson, a toss sweep to Short, and he's going to lose yardage. So we do see Titus Benson, the freshman, come in the game here for the first time. He goes under center, runs the toss sweep, and he'll come right back out. They're going backwards there. Good pushback by the Cyclones. Well, if they went forward on 4th down and 7, they may here, even though it's only 3rd and goal. I'm just saying, just in case. They do have an okay field goal kicker in Nahun Aguilar, number 30, but you wonder if you know you're going to go for it, sometimes that can alter what you're doing. And Siloam Springs just broke the huddle with 12 people. I thought that was illegal, but they run a player off. They're going to go Wildcat formation. It's reverse, and the ball's on the turf. And let's see, the Cyclones, can they cover it? I think Russellville did. The ball was on the turf. They tried to run a little trickeration there, and the Cyclones recover inside their own 20.
And that was number 45. You want to guess who that was?
That Booker?
Yeah, that's him. Came up with the ball.
And the Cyclones will take over at the 19-yard line.
How many times have we called that last name over the years?
Yeah, over the years we got more coming because even though Cash was injured in the first game of the season, we know he's going to be back. But how about that? The 6th fumble recovery for Russellville on the season, and could not come at a better time on 3rd and go. Cyclones will take over at the 19-yard line, their own 19. And Julius Thompson, Juju Thompson, taking his first quarterback snap in a game. He'll roll to his right, looking downfield, and he's going to tuck it and run. He'll pick up a yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot. They tried him in practice, and they said, "Hey, we might start him." And the more they practiced this week, the more Julius started impressing them, and so he's getting the start tonight.
Well, he started to the outside on the right, and it just wasn't there, so he broke back to the center, was able to gain a yard.
2nd down and 9 as they do give him that yard. Bring a man in motion. That's Danny Brown. And the play is going to be whistled dead as they had handed it off to Ladarius Prince. I think we moved.
Before the play can begin. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tonight's
They do have the officials mic'd here tonight. They're talking over him a little bit, though, so I don't know if you can hear that. But they did call us for the false start. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. 3rd penalty on the Cyclones. 4:53 left to play here in the first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter. This is our first possession. Remember that they punted, but we roughed the punter, so they got basically almost like 2 possessions before we got our 1. We have no score. We don't expect this game to go very long because both teams pretty much want to run the football. So we're not used to that. We're always playing a passing team. Trips to the left, 1 to the far right. Brown in motion. And now we have a flag coming from the back judge this time and to delay a game. You know, nothing against Thompson. That's something when you haven't played in a game, that's something you got to be mindful of. And when you come on the road, sometimes it's hard to see. Behind us, it's right underneath the big scoreboard. But if you're looking at what Julius is looking at, it's way over to the left corner where that play clock is. So it's harder to find on that side. So Russellville penalized there. 2nd and 19 now. Thompson going to roll to his right. He's going to throw this one across the middle, and it's incomplete. Looked like he was going there for number 12, Justice Rubin.
Yeah, we picked up 4 penalties here in this first quarter, 4 that we did not need, and it's kind of pushed us back. We've got to get it about 15 yards.
I like the fact that we ran towards the middle of the field, though, on that pass pattern because Rubin did have a defender behind him. There was a little bit of bump there, and there's no uncatchable rule in high school football, but 4:12 left to play here in the first quarter. They're going to throw this one. It goes out of bounds here. It was going for Parker Jackson there, who really wowed a lot of folks last year for RHS. He made a couple plays last week, too. It'll bring up 4th down and 19 as Russellville unable to convert, and they're going to punt the football away. Last week we had Ashton Walden, who did the place-kicking duties and the punting duties, and I was kind of interested to see if he would get the start tonight if we go back to Jesus Perez.
They're going after the kicker. There's nobody back for Siloam.
Yeah, and they're all lined up. I usually play punt safe, but
there's a flag.
Yeah, there's a flag. Is this on us? It's going to be thrown by the white hat behind us.
Prior to the timeout, Russellville.
Okay.
First timeout of the half.
We called timeout. What's odd about that is they threw the flag. And so if the flag called timeout, we're going to take a break here. We have no score. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Life's complicated. Your checking account shouldn't be. At Simmons Bank, we keep banking simple, with you in mind. Get paid early. Avoid fees. Bank from anywhere. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Choose your account and open online in minutes. Visit SimmonsBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
All right, Cyclones taking a timeout there. We still have 11 seconds on the play clock, so I'm kind of curious what the timeout was for. You have any idea?
No.
Yeah. Not sure either. 4:08's on the clock left to play here in the first quarter. We're back to action. Russellville looking at 4th and 19 from their own 10. Going to have to punt the football away. They do get this one away quickly. They were coming after him. He did get it away. Not a great punt, but it's good that he's got it away. It's going to hit at the 35 and take a Siloam Springs roll to the 32-yard line. They came in from both edges, and they were close to getting that thing blocked.
Well, what we got to do is take another defensive stand and get a turnover. We've got to stop their running game right now.
3:58 left to play here in the first quarter. We have no score. Coming to you from Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. It was a 24-yard punt, and Siloam Springs will have the ball at the Cyclone 35-yard line. If he takes one more step to get a little bit more leg into it, Jesus Perez, it's blocked. Brandon Flores, number 7, who's played a lot at linebacker, he's lining up on the defensive line. Again, Russellville really shorthanded on defensive front with injuries to Max Mitchell and Nicholas Hallmark, showing blitz with the 3-man front now. Boaz going to throw it to this near side. It's complete to Jack O'Brien, who's pushed out of bounds. Boaz Benton with his first completion of the night.
Jack O'Brien.
I said Benton, I meant Benson. Boaz Benson. They're going to say he stepped out way back at the 26-yard line. He kept running. I thought he had the first down, but he only picks up 8 yards because of it. Benson, number 0. They've already played 3 quarterbacks, but it's been Boaz Benson mostly. Number 0, he'll hand off here to Short, and he's got the first down. Once again, getting to the red zone of Russellville.
Mason Short on the carry, flag on the play.
Got to the 19. We do have a flag. It's way back at the 29-yard line. Usually in the area of holding. This will be the first penalty on Siloam Springs. Face mask against the offense. Okay, well,
wow.
15-yard penalty from the spot, so erase the run.
Usually you don't see a face mask on
the offense?
Offense, unless you're blocking. You block up around the helmet.
Well, their first penalty is a big one, because it negates the first down. Still be second down, but it'll be 2nd and 17 instead of 2nd and 2. Second down, so they still may run the ball, try to get some of this back rather than chunk it. Benson rolling to his left. Plenty of time, clean pocket, and he'll throw a completed pass at the 35-yard line. And diving forward, I think that was Stuart Schwarninger. But we'll wait and see. I think that was number 9.
Pass complete to Marcus Smith.
That was Renfro, number 22, on the stop.
Marcus Smith, okay, just his 9th catch of the year, number 11. Schwarninger, I wasn't sure was going to play, and he's one of the names we always hear in basketball season, along with Isaac Calderon. They pick up 6 yards when they needed 17. They make it 3rd down and 11. They'll need inside the Cyclone 24 for a first down. Benson this time rolling out to his right. He throws this as Schwarninger, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Siloam coaches want the face mask, but Russellville did not grab the face mask on that. So it's just a 5-yard pickup, 4th down and 6. Good call by the official. He was right there on it.
Yeah, I was watching it. He didn't get it. He got him up around the neck, but no face mask.
So 4th down and 6. They've gone for 4th and 7. They're going to go for it here. Nearing the 2-minute mark, we have no score, and now they go back and huddle again with 13 seconds on the play clock, and they do have 2 more timeouts, but just in the first quarter, we're scoreless. Boaz Benson handed off to Short. He's trying to run. There's not much there, and Russellville's going to stop him for a 1-yard loss. The Cyclones knew what was coming. They read it beautifully, and they stopped the Panthers on 4th down.
Yeah, we had 4 defenders out there, and he wasn't going to go anywhere. Good game tackling right on that play.
We stopped him the first time with a fumble. We stop him here on downs. The Cyclones will be coming out for their second offensive possession here. 2:01 left to play in the first quarter. If Siloam Springs loses tonight, they are eliminated from the playoffs. Russellville could still make the playoffs with a loss here. It'd be tough, but it would depend on them. It would still be in their hands. They wouldn't need much help on the second possession. Juju Thompson at quarterback, looking right all the way. Throw complete his first pass of his Cyclone career, pushed out of bounds about the 36-yard line, 37.
Trying to see who he pleaded.
Parker Jackson, who?
Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, I couldn't see on that side either. I will say I love the Cyclone jerseys, though. They're a lot easier to see tonight. The white jerseys with the red numbers, but 13 on that far side. Parker had actually lined up in the on the first drive on the left-hand side of Julius Thompson. Julius, usually a receiver, getting a start at quarterback tonight. Russellville probably going to use more than one quarterback. They have pretty much all year. In fact, they have all year, and they're doing it right here. Here is Ethan Bartlett on the keeper out of the Wildcat formation, and Ethan gets first down yards. He also gets to Siloam Springs territory at the 49-yard line. 14 yards on the pickup by Ethan Bartlett.
Yeah, he's running off the field, and the coach said, no, go back.
Yeah. As we were just saying, that we kind of thought that might happen, and here it happens.
He's back there again.
1st and 10 at the Panther 49-yard line. Bartlett with the snap, and he's going to be taken down for a loss on a play. I don't know if that was miscommunication or what. I don't know if he was supposed to fake the handoff or what. Just seemed kind of out of sync there on that one. The Cyclones will get pushed back into their own territory with a loss of 2 yards. And Julius Thompson back in at quarterback, and now for the first time we see number 9, Jaden Foster, in at running back. Russellville making some switches here. Renfro and Perez and a receiver on the far left side. Parker Jackson moves over to the left along with Danny Brown. Sometimes S-back, sometimes wide receiver. He's lined up at wide receiver now at the final minute of the first quarter. They're going to fake the screen. Julius Thompson nowhere to go. He's going to be hit. He breaks a couple tackles, making this one exciting before he swarmed at the 41-yard line. He was wanting to fake that screen to the right, come back left, and he just had nowhere to breathe there.
Well, they got in on him pretty quick. He just didn't have a chance to do anything, really.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 20 after the 8-yard loss. Russellville does not have to snap it one more time before the end of the first quarter. Play clock about 5 seconds ahead, or sorry, 5 seconds behind the game clock. We'll wait and see if the Cyclones want to wait. Talk about this and think about the 3rd and 20 play they got coming. They're lining up, 7 seconds left. Thompson may be snapping this. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and then they look and they're going to let it roll out. So we've come to the end of the first quarter. We have no score. Russellville against Siloam. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
Autumn in Arkansas means duck hunting, so Saracen Casino and Smart Chevrolet bring you the hottest duck hunting truck in America. A custom-built Ducks Unlimited Chevy Silverado. American Luxury Coaches builds only a handful of DU trucks annually, and Saracen Casino will give away one of these extremely limited editions this month. Play to win an amazing Ducks Unlimited custom-built Chevy pickup only from Saracen.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second quarter here at Siloam Springs, the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. We have no score. The Cyclones looking at 3rd and 20 from their own 41-yard line. A brief visit to Siloam Springs territory on a run by Ethan Bartlett, but the Cyclones got pushed back on the next 2 plays.
Clock operator, please. Thank you.
All right, they were talking about the clock operator. He had not yet set the clock for 12 minutes. We were still setting at 0. We had ours set, though. Now 3rd down and 20 for Julius Thompson and the Russellville Cyclones. They need it inside the Panther 40-yard line. Julius rolling out to his right, able to get rid of it before he was hit in the backfield, trying to go to Parker Jackson, but incomplete. He did a great job just to get rid of that one.
He did, and there was a couple of defenders right close to Jackson. Don't know if he'd been able to make the first down.
Yeah, I don't think it would, at the most, would have gotten 10 yards at the very most. Mentioned that the Panthers could be eliminated from playoff contention if they lose tonight. Their last The time they made the playoffs was back in 2020, their last victory against Russellville, and they lost to El Dorado. In fact, Russellville lost to El Dorado in the playoffs last year.
They're coming after the punter.
Yeah. They don't get this one, and Jesus Perez gets off a pretty good one here. It's at the 30, and he gets a big Russellville roll on this one. He angled this one towards the right side all the way down to the 14-yard line, a 45-yard punt for Mr. Jesus Perez, and that's where Siloam Springs will take over, pin them back. Their worst starting field position of the night here. 11:44 left to play here in the first half.
That hit about the 32-yard line and went all the way back to the 19. That was a great punt.
Yeah. Siloam Springs has already used 3 different quarterbacks. Titus Benson, their regular starter, has only played 1. He was under center for a toss sweep. They've mainly gone with Boaz Benson. They've started the play clock, and Siloam's still trying to get lined up at their own 14-yard line. Russellville seems confused about some of the calls here. They're going to run to the short side of the field. Mason Short breaks a tackle, and he's down the sideline, but pushed out of bounds there by the Cyclones' number 40, Ford Carter.
Could have been a hold on that, but official didn't see it, but had one of our defenders by the arm pulling on it.
Pickup of 16 yards. He's already got 56 yards, Mr. Short does, on 9 carries. He's a senior, 6 foot, 182 pounds. They have him listed at 182. I don't know. They go in shotgun once again. They've been doing Mason Short left, Mason Short right, and then give him a breather, and that's usually when they go backwards. Short's going to carry this one. No. Play action. Only one man in the pattern. They're going to try to throw it to him, and incomplete. I think the receiver ran out of bounds, number 4, Hudson Lockridge, and I think that because I'm looking at the official, he had his hat thrown off, and usually that's what happens.
Yeah, he ran out about the 45-yard line. And
Second down for Siloam.
Good coverage by our secondary.
Yeah, out there on coverage was Jerron Brown, I believe, number 4. Number 4 against number 4 there. Second down and 10. Hunter Lockridge, Dad's the head coach. Hunter's a junior. Moved up here last year with his dad took this job. Here's a handoff to Estacio, and boy, he's hit hard. He got some yards, but he paid for it there. There's some blocking and big hitting and tackling going on down there. But he'll get near the 40-yard line. I think he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It's like when he turned a little bit, that was the big mistake because he took one right in the chops. 3rd down and 1. This is what Siloam Springs wants to do. They don't want to be behind the chains. Most teams don't, but especially if you're not a passing team, you want to stay in front of those things. Short moving to the left of the quarterback, Boaz Benson. And Benson going to keep it himself. He's got the first down. He'll get a yard or 2 more after that. They faked it to Short. Last time they ran it when they needed a first down, they gave it to Short, and everybody went with him. Cyclones weren't exactly fooled on this, but just that big offensive line of Siloam Springs. Francisco Suarez, the left tackle, he moved from right guard. He's one of their most experienced guys. And in fact, that whole left side and the center, Keegan Collier, moved from right guard to be their center. That's their 2 most experienced guys there. They kind of sandwich them in between the youngsters. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Benson, bad snap, popped up the air, able to get it back, throwing an incomplete. Russellville almost had their first interception of the season on that. Gabriel Meza broke on it, just could not get in his hands.
Boy, if he'd have grabbed that, he'd had a clear shot to that end zone.
His green pastures, that's all that was in front of him. They were going for Mason Short on that. That's his first target in the passing game tonight. 2nd down and 10 for Siloam Springs. We have no score. 10 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the first half. Russellville showing blitz up the middle, but they're going to back off of it. Short trying to get around left side, ducks up and in the left guarded tackle and tiptoes before he's pushed out of bounds. He gets to the 49-yard line of Russellville, not enough for the first down. But a pickup of 7 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers.
Short is just so strong above his waist. They tried to get him around the shoulder pads. He just shook him off. You're going to have to hit him below the waist.
Siloam Springs has won 2 games this year and 2 games last year, and they've beaten the same teams both years, Heritage and Pea Ridge. The Heritage win was a little weird this year. We'll talk about that here in just a moment, but they brought Titus Benson back in to be under center out of this wishbone formation. It's a toss sweep. Mason Short with 2 blockers in front of him. He runs over a man. He's got the first down, runs over another man inside the 40. He doesn't run like a sprinter. He runs like a fullback, and now we have a flag coming in at the very end of the play right on Siloam's bench. I didn't see what happened, but a Cyclone player was down there amongst their bench, and either we said something or the Siloam bench did something to tack on yards to that.
Well, we're going backwards, so I figure it's us.
They give him the 38-yard line, and I don't want to say who it was, but
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 43, 15-yard penalty, be added to the end of the run.
they'll put it down at the 23-yard line.
Goes at the 23-yard line of the Cyclones. First
And so
10 for Siloam.
That puts them just outside the red zone. Not their deepest penetration of the game. Remember, they had first and goal. Got to the 5-yard line, the closest they've been, but knocking on the door once again here. So they have it 1st and 10. Jack O'Brien, now the receiver in at quarterback. No, this is Calderon, and now the Wildcat play. It runs inside the 20 to the 19. Boy, it's hard to keep track with all their quarterbacks. They run more quarterbacks than Russellville has.
Yeah, number 6, Haney on the stop, but you're right. It's just
Ethan Haney.
Well, Titus Benson, number 2. Number 0, Boaz Benson. Number 28, Jack O'Brien. Number 21, Isaac Calderon. That's 4 so far. And we're expecting Caden Allen, number 8, and Stuart Schwarnegger, number 9. So we're expecting 6. Where they said 5, maybe 6 if Titus plays, and we've seen Titus, their regular starter, who's only been under center.
Now you got number 7.
Estacio, yeah, this wasn't listed, but he's going to be one of the ones. And out of the Wildcat formation, he's going to break it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown from 20 yards out.
Well, he hit that right side of that offensive line, and there was an opening there, and I don't even know if he was touched.
I don't know if he has run at quarterback this year, so that's maybe a new wrinkle they had for this game. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And from 20 yards out, Ryan Estacio has made it 6-0. Nathan Aguilar on to try the extra point, and it's good. 7-0, Siloam Springs. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
Welcome back. The Cyclones trailing Siloam Springs 7-0. We're at Glenn Black Stadium. Their very nice press box here. The Lathis Realty broadcast booth. 7-0 our score. We'll give you the details on the scoring summary. The whistle's telling them, go ahead, start the clock, because they're still huddled on the sideline waiting for Siloam Springs. We're not used to teams moving this slow. That is not a shot. We're just used to teams going fast all the time. It's been kind of nice to be able to analyze play. But Siloam scoring the touchdown there, Ryan Estacio, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season on a long drive. Remember, we downed the punt at the 14-yard line. They took it the distance there. Aguilar going to kick it off. Russellville is not expecting a deep kick, and it's going to be scooted along the carpet. Thompson couldn't handle it. He'll be back to pick it up at the 29-yard line. He'll get about 5-6 yards to the 35.
Good field position.
Juju Thompson gives us at the 35-yard line. Well, the scoring summary, 86 yards in 9 plays. It took just 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Remember, they were helped out by a couple penalties against the Cyclones, and lead at 7-0 after Estacio scored and the extra point by Nathan Aguilar. Last time Siloam won a football game in conference. Not a football game, but a game in conference was 5 years ago, 2020. They beat Russellville. Now, when Coach Lockridge took over, they had been like on a 21-game losing streak, but he won his first game as a coach of Siloam Springs last year. He won 2 last year, 2 this year. Ladarius Prince, big running back, will carry it forward for about 6 yards for the Cyclones, and that's how they start our first drive, or that's first drive of the second half.
Boy, it's good to get that many yards on the first down.
Yeah, I'll get it right here in a minute. Second quarter. Limit the possessions. That's what Siloam wants to do. Russellville usually wants to do that too, but you don't want to get too far behind in doing so. Russellville trailing 7-0. That's just the first carry for Ladarius tonight. Had 2 touchdowns against Siloam last year. Danny Brown in motion on 2nd down and 4. Ladarius again going to keep this one. No, it's pulled from him, and the quarterback, Juju Thompson, will keep it and carry to the 44-yard line. It'll bring up the short 3rd down for Russellville.
Quite a few of some of the linebackers for Siloam Springs really thought that Prince is the one who was carrying that ball.
I thought Quay had it too. I was following him and then realized, wait a minute, they're going to try to tackle Juju. 3rd down and 1 for Russellville. Prince going to get the carry here, and they hit him before he got back to the line of scrimmage. He had no chance. They're going to give him forward progress, which is the line of scrimmage.
A slew of maroon jerseys.
And since it's that close, you'd never know what Coach Wheeler might want to do here.
4th down.
It's 4th down. You're down 7-0, but 4th down and 1. And it's a good yard. Ball's in the middle of that hash mark there.
They're talking about it. I figure they're going to call a timeout.
They may. Play clock's at 16, 13. It jumps around kind of like ours. Down to 9 seconds. And Cyclones are going to at least line up, maybe get them to jump off sides, and then maybe call timeout. It's at 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're trying, and they're going to call timeout. I saw the coach Wheeler getting up there near the official, said timeout. We're going to take a quick break. We're scoreless, 7-0. Siloam Springs ahead 7-0 with 7:05 left to play in the first half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to recognize
my primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
And Mark Alexander with Highland Park.
Welcome back to the Lathis Realty broadcast booth here at Siloam Springs. Russellville trailing the Panthers 7-0. The Cyclones using their 2nd timeout. They're looking at a 4th and 1, and I just got the feeling that Russ was going for it here. You know, you're on your own 44. You trust that defense. Yeah, they're coming out like they're going to. I don't see Jesus Perez breaking the huddle. Actually, I do, but he's a wide receiver on the far side. So Russellville looking like they're going for it. They got Prince in the backfield with Thompson. Julius takes a snap, hands it. Ladarius says, go get the yard, and he does. Oh, he gets a bad spot. I still think he got it, but he got a bad spot. He really did. I still think he got it.
Ladarius Prince on carry to the 45-yard line.
But it's close. Okay, not close enough to even measure it, though. The official says, nope, he got it.
1st down, Russellville.
Yeah, Siloam Springs players were all pointing our ball, but he had it by half a yard at least.
Well, Ladarius will stay in there. They're going to bring in some more wide receivers. Go 2 to each side. Clock rolling, under 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. Russellville trailing by a touchdown. Danny Brown will come in motion, line up in the S-back position. And give it to Prince once again. Boy, it's a little bit wider open in the middle there, as he'll get about 4 yards to the 49.
Yeah, good blocking there by our guards. Center.
Yeah, plus when you put more wide receivers in there, it's not short yardage situation. Boy, they got the Panther hologram lit up on their arena on the far side we're staring at. That's beautiful. It's kind of what Russellville has when you pull into Cyclone Arena. Russellville looking at 2nd down and 6. Thompson going to pull it and run. He throws a screen pass complete to Jesus Perez, who has a lot of room. He's got the 1st down into Panther territory to the 37-yard line.
That's a beautiful play by Thompson. He looked downfield like he was going to go deep, kept running. Then all of a sudden he just flipped it out there to the receiver.
Yeah.
And he was wide open.
He had an option down there, and so he could go deep or short, and they were trailing the deep guy, and that left Jesus open. That goes for 14 yards. Jesus hits just his third catch on the year. Previously 2 for 15. He gets 14 on that one. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the 37-yard line of Siloam Springs. And Russellville's going to be flagged for illegal motion here.
False start, number 64, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Cyclones will lose 5 yards here, but it'll be 1st down and 15. Trailing 7-0 here with 5:32 left to play in the first half. Cyclones will get the ball to start the second half. You know, it's got to be in the back of their mind. They'll bring a man in motion, Daughtry Renfro. They'll hand it off to Quay here, and he'll pick up a couple yards before driven back. He gets to the 40-yard line. Even on 1st and 15, I like the fact that we can use that and keep them honest a little bit, keep them trying to sell out and come after Julius, and we have a player down. A player down for the Cyclones, injured, and it's Ladarius Prince, and he's trying to get up on his own, but he's going to stay down there, and they're going to call an official timeout. We're going to take a quick break here. The Cyclones trailing 7-0. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
What does it mean to be taken care of? And to know that the people around you are taken care of too? What does it feel like to trust that you'll be able to get health care, to prevent illness, and to help you heal? Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Ladarius, the Cyclone down, looked like he was trying to get up on his own, but you know you always kind of want that. You know, you want him to stay down just to make sure, is what I'm saying. I'm kind of trying to see. I couldn't see it. I don't know if it's shin or ankle. I'm looking down there to see what it is, and he's being helped up, and I think he's going to limp off a little bit. He might be helped off. He's pointing down. I think it's his left ankle.
Yes.
So, hey, on the radio side, don't forget we have the scoreboard show coming up at 10 o'clock. It goes all the way until midnight tonight. It'll be hosted by Rex Nelson. We got football next week as the Cyclones will be at home for senior night taking on Lake Hamilton. And Lake Hamilton looks a little bit different this year. They're not as strong as they have been, just one conference win, but they don't. They're trying to run more out of the spread this year, so a little bit different. Russellville looking at second down and 13. They have 4 offensive linemen out where the wide receivers typically are. So odd formation here. They bring a man in motion. We'll see what Julius Thompson wants to do here. Ruben's going to get it on the fly sweep on the little shovel pass, and he'll get not quite to the 30-yard line. And now a late flag coming in.
I think they hit him when he was out of bounds.
Put him down at the 31-yard line. Justice Rubin, technically it's a pass, and so we get to the 31 with a 9-yard pickup, and we'll wait and see. Let's listen to the call.
Play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense, number 12. First down.
Okay. They say half the distance. I don't think, well, it is half the distance, I guess technically. It's the 15-yard line, so they must have marked us down at the 15. So that's their first personal foul penalty. The Cyclones have it in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Tight formation here. They'll turn and hand it off to Sam Callahan, who's going to lose yardage on the play. They said Sam was going to dress, wasn't sure if he's going to be able to play. This is his first appearance, and he loses yards on that one.
Well, the reason they did, there was a little bit of a mix-up as far as the handoff.
They mark him back at the, let's see, technically it's the 19-yard line.
19-yard line, 2nd and 13 for the Cyclones.
Russellville's been in the red zone this season 17 times. They score 71% of the time. 10 touchdowns and 2 field goals out of there. Thompson turns around, trying to turn something or nothing into something, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they're going to give him a yard on the play, actually, to the 18. But that We weren't on the same page on that one.
It looked like he was wanting to hand that off to Callahan, and Callahan had broke out to the left.
Bring up 3rd and 13. Hey, stay tuned here at halftime. We got scores for you, Cyclone history, but I'm excited about the trivia question. If you're watching us on YouTube, answer it if you can. Last week, I can't give him credit for it, but Travis Simpson got the right answer because he texted me with it. He didn't want to be the one always answering it.
Well, good for Travis.
Yeah, I think that's at least the second one he's answered. And we'll be checking in with Cyclone's next level, Cyclone player playing at the next level. Russellville does get the snap just before the delay of game penalty. Ethan Bartlett out of the Wildcat formation, and he's close. I think he got the first down. Sorry, not first down. Got back to the line of scrimmage. My bad. The original line of scrimmage. They are call it the 15-yard line. So 4th and 10. What do you do here? You kick the field goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Get on the board.
You know, if it's any closer than 10 yards, maybe so. But Jesus definitely has this kind of range. He's 2 of 7 this season. Struggled a little bit, but as long as 40. This will be 31. Daughtry Renfro will be the holder. Ball's on the right hash. Boy, big push from the middle, but they don't get to it, and that had plenty of distance. That goes out of the stadium, back in the parking area. The Cyclones are on the board. A 31-yard field goal by Jesus Perez. Russellville trailing 7-3. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Delta Dirt Distillery, located in historic downtown Helena, is America's only black-owned farm-to-bottle distillery. Their vodka, gin, and Arkansas Brown, think bourbon reimagined, are made from produce and grains grown on the 4th-generation family farm located in Phillips County. Discover the art of craft distilling at Delta Dirt Distillery by scheduling an unforgettable tour and tasting experience, featuring their creative and seasonal cocktail offerings. To learn more, log on to deltabyways.com.
Well, the Cyclones, they go 50 yards in 12 plays. Jesus Perez hitting the 31-yard field goal. The drive took 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Long drive. Remember, they started the drive at their 35-yard line. 50 yards on the drive, and Perez makes it 7-3. The Panthers with the lead. We're at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth here at Siloam Springs. Perez, who hit that 31-yarder, will kick off for Russellville. Kick this one deep, but deep enough, not deep enough to go in the end zone. This is going to be returned. Estacio at the 10, and he's going to be hit at the 20 and pushed sideways to the 23-yard line. A little bit of extra pushing after this one. And I think they're trying to draw a flag, but the official saw through that. Said, nope, not going to give that one to you. 23-yard return, no, 13-yard return to the 23 by Stasio.
Yeah, number 5, Thompson, was on the stop. He got down there and did a good job.
Well, Russellville's been snake bit with injuries this year. It's been a topic for just about anybody that follows Cyclone football, but you always have guys going both ways. But really tonight, Russellville having a lot of players go both ways. But Julius Thompson has really been playing well on the defensive side. And they're going to try to use him some, but know that he's got to play quarterback too. But he's in there right now at outside linebacker. He might be applying some pressure here at the bottom of your screen. On 1st and 10, Stasio, who got that last touchdown out of the Wildcat formation, is going to lose a yard on this play. It looked like the exact same play they ran for the touchdown. That one didn't work.
Yeah, I think that's number 43, Bartlett.
Yeah, they were wanting a face mask penalty, but he actually grabbed the top of his jersey right around where his shoulder pads were, and that's what helped bring him down. So it loses a yard.
It was pretty obvious, and the ball carriers do have a tendency to lower their heads.
Another change at quarterback. This is Isaac Calderon. He's been there before, and now they're shifting over. I don't know who's getting the snap here. Calderon is actually in front. It's going to be Short. Mason Short, he's going to be hit. Sheds a tackler in the backfield, cuts it back up. A flag comes in behind the play as he gets to the 30-yard line, and we'll have to wait and see what the flag is. Picks up 8 yards, and I think this was going to be a hold on them.
During the run, holding, offense, number 4, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Now Siloam Springs is picking up penalties that they really don't need in their location down here at the 15-yard line. or 16-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a 10 yards from the spot, so it ends up being an 11-yard penalty. Second down still and 22. Short run to the short side of the field, tries to cut back. Russell just hanging on. I mean, you got to give him a couple yards, that's fine, just hanging on, and they did. They stop him at just shy of the 20-yard line.
Ethan Haney on the stop.
They gave number 6 Haney the credit for that stop. You could call his number on about every play. He goes where the ball is. Does a good job. Mason's still in there at the running back.
Benson throwing, and it's going to be tipped. And did he catch it? We still haven't seen a signal. They're trying to talk about it. Are they going to give it to him? They're talking about it. They're huddling if he got it. It's very close to first down if he caught it. They're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, the only ones making the signal was the players. Good series by the defense. They held them.
Yeah, it was. And they'll bring up fourth down and 14. You know, I don't think any of the officials saw it. And I think the guy that made the call was actually a guy on the sideline because they even brought him in to talk about that. They were trying to go to Marcus Smith, who already has a catch, and play clock was already down to 2 seconds and 1 second. And Siloam's going to call timeout here with 46 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 7-3. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Every player on the football team has an important job so the team can reach its goal and success. Join our team at Lexicon right now, and we'll help you reach your goals and success. Lexicon offers free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University. We also offer competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and help us build America one project at a time.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
River Country. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Berry with the commercial there and the ID. 46 seconds left to play here in the first half. Russellville trailing 7-3, and Siloam Springs going to punt the football away. We have a flag that flies. It's not in the area of a personal foul penalty on the kicker. He does get it away. The Cyclones will take over at the 48-yard line, and Julius Thompson returns it to the Panther 40, a 12-yard return if it holds. The flag was right around the line of scrimmage. And it was thrown by the guy behind the Cyclones, so we'll have to wait and see what it is.
They're asking the staff at Russellville, what do you want?
Well, Russellville's going to have the ball at 40-yard line. I don't know if you'd want to make them punt it again. Yeah, it's going to be on Siloam Springs. Maybe we get it tacked on. We'll wait and see. Let's listen in.
During the kick, holding, kicking team. That penalty's been declined. First down, Russellville.
Okay. Yeah, this way, I don't blame you. You're at the 40. You got 35 seconds left. Maybe if you had more time, you might make him kick it again. But, I mean, let's take it. Let's use this because we don't want to run off more time on the clock.
Balls at the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Cyclones.
Russellville trailing by 4. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, and now you start doing this kind of math. Well, how close do we need to get here to maybe get a field goal try? Well, the 23 would be the longest that Jesus has made this year. He made one longer last year, so that's just, 17 yards. And you still got a timeout. Rubin on the forward pitch, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on the play. Technically, it's a pass because that forward shovel, and that's why it's a really safe play, but the Cyclones lost yardage on the play, and Russellville going to use timeout. We'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 7-3. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Correction, that was their final timeout.
A single day through one of 17 local cooperatives. Each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local, hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Welcome back to the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. There was some discussion there, and they came out, the White Hat came out and said that was the Cyclones' last time out. There was a discussion with whether or not that Russellville still had one left. So Russellville using their final timeout after the loss of one. They have 27 seconds left to do something with this. They're at the Siloam Springs 41-yard line, trailing 7-3. Thompson back to pass, clean pocket, throwing across the middle. It's tipped and caught. What a catch there by Parker Jackson. The clock is going to stop so they can set the chains. It's at the 28-yard line. Russellville hurrying up. What a catch there by Parker Jackson. He was in amongst some people there to be able to go up and get that. And Russellville will spike the ball with 19.5 seconds left. How about that?
Boy, it looked like Siloam Springs jumped across before that ball was ever snapped.
Well, how about that catch? I mean, 13 yards. That's what I was saying. We got the first down, and that looked like it was going to be intercepted there. Estacio was there, and Parker Jackson kind of went up and over the top. If we'd been playing basketball, he would have been called for over the back there. That's kind of what it looked like. Picked up 13 yards, and the Cyclones will, let's see, they'll have it 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line. Right here would be about a 45-yarder, no wind. Jesus definitely has a leg for this. No timeouts.
Well,
so we'll see here. Back to pass, no. They're going to cut back, come to the right side. He's got some room. Thompson at the 25 very smartly gets out of bounds inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Pick up a 5 yards for Julius Thompson. It's 3rd down and 5. You do here, take a shot at the end zone maybe. Right here be a 40-yarder. Try to pick up the first down, get out of bounds. There's 12.5 seconds left. Cyclones running on, different unit, maybe trying to kick the field goal right here. 16 seconds on the play clock. Yep, they're going to put it down at the 30. So it'll be a 40-yard attempt for Jesus Perez. Don't want to risk it. It's 3rd down right now. Low snap. Renfro able to get it down. Kick is definitely long enough. And he split the uprights. 6.7 seconds left. And Jesus Perez with a 40-yard field goal, and the Cyclones pull within a point. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/getready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Jesus Perez, the 40-yard kick there. And the Cyclones are within a point. We'll give you the scoring details here. Give me just a minute. Do the last bit of totaling. There we go. 17 yards and 5 plays. The drive took 40 seconds. After that good return by Julius Thompson. Perez from 40 yards out. And the Cyclones trail at 7-6. And Jesus Perez on to kick off. Taking their time there. 6.7 seconds left to play here in the first half. Cyclones will get the ball to start the second half. Russellville kicking it on 3rd down. Wanted to make sure they got it off in time. Didn't do anything like get sacked or anything like that. Better safe than sorry. They'll scoot this one along the turf. It's a live football, and it's going to be covered by Siloam Springs. And Drehas covers it right around the 30-yard line. With 6.2 seconds left, I think they're going to have it at the 30-yard line. I never did see them mark it down.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
And they're not really a big passing team, but they may be saying, hey, let's try to score, but let's do it on the ground, which they could. Mason Short, I bet you, gets the football to see if he can try to break one. Nope, they're just going to take a knee. I'm really surprised at this. They're not just hand it to him, try to get him. But no, they're going to take the knee, and they're going to be content to go in up 1. Waiting for them to snap it. They do. They take a knee, and that's the end of the first half. Well, the Cyclones did not score a touchdown, but they got to feel pretty good about themselves and what happened, especially there at the end, able to tack on that field goal. And Russellville trails it by a score of 7-6 as we move to our halftime show. I have a lot coming up for you, so stay tuned. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Money is never an easy topic to talk about, but it is a must when you have kids. I'm State Treasurer John Thurston, and my office is here to make saving money for college or vocational school quick and effortless. Sign up for automatic payroll deductions into the Arkansas Brighter Future 529 account and help change the course of your child's life.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement at brighterfuturedirect529.com. Paid for by the Arkansas Section 529 Plan Review Committee.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With the Pell Grant, the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
Greg Hatcher and his companies are proud supporters of high school football. The Hatcher Agency is the state's largest employee benefits agency, offering outrageous service and voted best insurance agency in Arkansas virtually every year since 2004. Hatcher Capital Investments offers 401k plans and wealth management. Twin City Limousine offers vehicles that are great for weddings. And, of course, the popular Scoops homemade ice cream. Greg Hatcher and his companies wish you a successful season.
It's a great day for football. Two rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. Two rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Welcome back to Siloam Springs in the Elathis Realty broadcast booth. We are at the half. The Cyclones trailing Siloam Springs by a score of 7-6. Other scores in our conference: Shiloh Christian leading Lake Hamilton 7-0. Southside has just scored a touchdown. They trail Greenwood 28-14. That's in the second quarter. And Mountain Home leading Van Buren 8-0. Well, before we get to our takeaways from the first half, it's time for our Do You Know Cyclone Facts. And here is the question for tonight. Do you know who has coached both Russellville and Siloam Springs as a head coach in football? Take a minute, think about that. We'll give you the answer at the end of the halftime show. What person was a head coach for both Russellville Cyclones and Siloam Springs Panthers? As we move to our takeaways, what's your takeaway of that first half?
Well, our passing has been good. I mean, we've created a balanced offense so far, running the ball good, been able to move the ball with some passing. The big thing is no turnovers. You've got to like that. No fumbles, no interceptions. Our defense has played very good, creating a turnover, that fumble recovery. What we need to do, though, is stay clear of these penalties. I think we had 6 in the first half, and no, that's not bad, but they come at very bad times. So we just need to try to stay clear of those. We get the ball in the second half, we need to move ball down and score. And that kind of takes the momentum out of away from Siloam Springs here on their home field. But the first half I thought looked very good for the Cyclones.
Yeah, the Cyclones got to feel good, too, about that last drive, don't you think? I mean, getting able to get that tack on that late score there, that late field goal.
I think it was great for them coming in. Yeah, they could have run another one, but what if they'd have got sacked? What if there's a penalty and moved us back? So I think it was a smart move on the coaching staff to go ahead and bring them in, the kicking team, and go ahead and get another 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and it's, people can always second guess that, but, when you get down 12 seconds, you don't have any timeouts. You never know. You could get a big penalty or something like that. And sometimes I've seen teams, even with a timeout, they'll kick it on third down just in case they have a bad snap, that they will, fall on it and then take a timeout. But Russellville got the kick away.
And you're talking about snaps. That was a low snap, so our Holder did a very good job of getting that ball up where the kick could be completed. So just a great job for that kicking team.
Yeah, Russellville no touchdowns, but they did get 2 field goals there. And, again, they'll get the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have this look at Cyclone history, and we also have coming around what's going on in Cyclone country. All the other sports kind of been dying down, basketball getting ready to kick off. But we will tell you about the junior high matchup last night at Greenbrier, all that and more. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
At the University of Arkansas, we're preparing students for the future. With an unbeatable mix of academic excellence, affordable tuition, record scholarship funding for Arkansans, and a proven track record for success after graduation, the Razorback experience delivers value and opportunity at every turn for them and for the communities across our state that they will impact. We're dedicated to Arkansas and improving the lives of Arkansans. That's been our mission since 1871.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation cost, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
For more than 150 years, Lyon College has helped Arkansas students succeed in their careers and in their communities. Our graduates are innovators and leaders, computer scientists, engineers, business professionals, teachers, artists, and healthcare providers. And with a medical school acceptance rate more than twice the national average, Lyon students are proving that a Lyon education opens doors to a lifetime of success. Learn more at lyon.edu. Lyon College, a better world starting in Arkansas.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Thinking about buying an RV? Now's the time, and Nice Campers is the place. This family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating the Forest River Great Getaway Sales Event happening now. Shop top brands like Tracer, Flagstaff, and Puma with no hidden fees, no pressure, and financing starting at just $99 a month. Visit Nice Campers at 3814 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville or call 479-229-1499. Browse anytime at nicecampers.com. Nice Campers, family values, unbeatable deals, and adventure-ready RVs.
Welcome back to Siloam Springs, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Russellville trailing Siloam Springs at the half by a score of 7-6. Well, this week in Cyclone Country, not a whole lot going on as far as number of sports, but we still had some things going on, and namely the cross-country team yesterday going up to Mountain Home for the conference, 5A West Conference championship. And Russellville did pretty well. The junior boys won the conference title. The junior girls came in second. So congratulations to those junior high whirlwinds. The Russellville varsity boys finished third, and the Cyclone varsity girls finished second. So they will be moving on to state competition. The state will be on Thursday of next week. The 5A state meet will be at Oak Lawn Park. Congratulations to Coach Frazier and all our cross-country athletes. Junior high football was at the Greenbrier last night. They dropped a couple games. The 8th grade lost 38-22. And it was a big game for both teams. Greenbrier undefeated in the conference, and they remain undefeated on the 8th grade side. Asher Swindle had a pretty good game. Quarterback for the Whirlwinds, 9 of 17 for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bear Burke had 5 catches for 73 yards. And Kingston Stewart had a touchdown reception of 65 yards on the night. Kay Keel had a couple receptions for 47 yards. The ninth grade team lost to Greenbrier 38-0 after trailing Odie 8-0 at the half. One note on Asher Swindle. He's passed for over 1,400 yards this season, including 23 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Getting all that info from head football coach of the Whirlwinds, Shane Caldwell. Thanks, Shane, for sending that on. Now, Russellville Whirlwinds will actually end their regular season on Tuesday, not Thursday, Tuesday of next week when they host Morrilton at Cyclone Stadium. Basketball is just around the corner. Cyclone Madness will be at Cyclone Arena on Thursday of next week, so your chance to see everybody from RMS all the way up to the high school. And again, that's Thursday of next week. The high school is actually going to scrimmage on November 11th when they host Sheridan. That's a look at Cyclone Country here. We're going to take a break, come back with Cyclone history, and also one little tidbit about our next level Cyclones. That coming up at our next segment here. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
As a dentist, giving patients a beautiful smile is what I love to do. But the business side can be challenging. Luckily, First State Bank understands. They provide financial tools that make banking convenient and flexible. And the service I get is second to none. From equipment loans to cash management solutions, they give me the freedom to focus on my patients, not my payroll. Now that's something to smile about.
Come see us at First State Bank in Russellville or Fayetteville for local personalized banking.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Preddy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
At Arkansas Tech, the heart of our work beats throughout the community with programs like Green and Gold Give Back, a campus-wide day of service dedicated to getting out and helping our neighbors. Last year, ATU students logged over 12,000 hours of service, a true testament to our belief of providing the full college experience with a hometown feel. Visit us at atu.edu and join us for the opportunity to be a part of something greater.
Chicken Mart is having an end-of-the-year buy one, get one free closeout sale you can't miss at both their locations while supplies last. Over half the store will be filled with closeout price buy one, get one free items like breaded chicken tenders, breaded chicken nuggets, breaded chicken breast fillets, breaded popcorn chicken. All will be closeout sale price, so hurry in. Supplies are limited at both your local Chicken Mart locations, 106 Weir Road and 1808 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville.
Welcome back to the Alathus Realty broadcast booth here at Siloam Springs. Russellville trailing at the half, 7-6. Later on, we'll be giving you the stats from the first half. Russellville with a couple field goals to pull within a point. Time for Cyclone history. We're going to go back to 2011. Cyclones finished 6-5 that year, but Russellville faced Siloam Springs for the first time in school history. That was early in the season. Russellville built a 28-3 lead after 3 quarters after a furious comeback by the Panthers to make it close. Cody Jones and Mitch Mullen combined to throw for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. Drew Smith, remember him? He had 6 catches for 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Curtis had 7 catches in the game for 78 yards and a touchdown. The Cyclones would go on to make the playoffs, but they would lose in the first round to Benton that season. It was the first game ever against Cyclones. And between Cyclones and Siloam Springs. And Russellville won the game 28-16. The Cyclones have played the Panthers every season since. Again, this is the 14th consecutive season that both teams have played. And time now for our next level Cyclones, and where we take a look at Cyclones that have moved on to play in the college ranks. And we're going to take a break from football here to move on. Brenna Burke, who played a couple years ago for Russellville and signed on with UALR, and you can tell the folks about Brenna. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Remember watching Brenna play at high school. Very good athlete. She signed with UALR and played last year as a true freshman in 30 games for the Trojans. She scored a total of 78 points in those games on the season, and with 18 rebounds and 8 assists. She had a season-high 14 points against Central Baptist. Her coach is Steve Weedor, who played at Arkansas State and also coached the Lady Cyclones a few years ago. The Lady Trojans open their season on Monday against Central Baptist. They have a very tough schedule, which includes games against Memphis, Arkansas, Arizona State, and Oklahoma before entering their conference. Congratulations to Brenna Burke moving on to the next level. A very good athlete for the Cyclones.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching her shoot a lot of threes. UALR was in the Ohio Valley Conference. They're moving to the United Athletic Conference this year. This conference, it was the Western Athletic Conference before joining forces with the Atlantic Sun. So it's kind of an exciting time for Coach Weedor and the Lady Trojans there. Teams such as Abilene Christian, Austin P, North Alabama, West Georgia's in it, University of Texas Arlington, UCA, of course, and others. And remember, Brenna, hey, she wasn't just a Lady Cyclone basketball player. She's an all-state tennis athlete, too, and, of course, is in the Cyclone Hall of Fame. That's Brenda Burke on Next Level Cyclones. We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll have the first half stats for you. The Cyclones trailing 7-6 at the half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
At Union Bank, we're more than a place to keep your money. We're your friends and neighbors. Sure, we've got checking and savings and digital banking with all the bells and whistles. So what really sets us apart? We know your name, not just an account number. And we're focused on serving you and our community because just like you, we call this home too. We invite you to discover the Union Way, where relationships matter. Visit us online at gounion.bank. Union Bank, member FDIC.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
It's John here at Huntington Learning Center in Russellville, and I'm excited to share how we're making a real difference for families right here in the River Valley. Parents are saying things to us like, my child is finally excited to learn again. Whether your student needs to catch up, stay sharp, or boost a good ACT score even higher, Huntington's personalized programs can help them thrive.
Call Huntington Learning Center at 1-800-CAN-LEARN or visit huntingtonhelps.com today.
Back at the Farmers Co-op, and Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, whenever we're thinking about the Farmers Co-op, it's that variety that people love and the great selection that they'll find at their local co-op, East Main, Russellville, also in Danville.
That's true. We have all the items for the farm and ranch, but we also have lawn and garden, pet supplies, just a very wide variety of products.
The Farmers Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main, Russellville, also in Danville.
All right, welcome back. Before we get to the stats, we've been talking about this trivia question, and I've only stumped people once before. This may be the second one this season. And I've gotten the same answer 4 different times, either on the live stream or through text. 4 different times people have guessed the same person. We'll go to We'll go ahead and go to the question here. Who's coached both Russellville and Siloam Springs in football? Well, the answer for you is Billy Dawson. He was at Siloam Springs for 1 season in 2004. He took over a 1-8 team, went 8-3, made the playoffs, and then left Siloam for Nashville, where he would win 3 state championships. Then came to Russellville in 2015 and 16, went 17-8 in those 2 years combined, winning a state championship in 2016 with a 12-1 record. 4 different times I got Ken Ramey, either mentioning through text or online, but nope, it was Billy Dawson, and most people don't remember that he was actually here for a season. Of course, left Russellville after 2016 winning state to go to Fayetteville. But Billy Dawson, the answer to our trivia question tonight. So, stay tuned. We'll have that another one at halftime of next week when Russellville will be at home for senior night taking on the Wolves of Lake Hamilton. Let's go through our stats from the first half. It's a 1-point game. Russellville trailing 7-6, but not a whole lot of stats, but Russellville kind of holding their own a little bit. Total yards, only 68 total yards for Russellville, 129 for the Panthers, but the Panthers, remember, the big thing's not going to show up in the stats. I mean, it is, but just not as big, is that there was one fumble, key fumble, when Siloam was going down that Russellville was able to recover, and the Cyclones stopped Siloam on a 4th down play. But they do have 129 yards of offense. Leading them running the football is none other than Mason Short, 13 carries for 83 yards. Ryan Estacio, who got the touchdown run, 4 carries for 29 yards. Throwing the football, they were just 3 of 7 for 19 yards. Their leading receiver, 8 yards, Jack O'Brien, just 1 catch there. Not a lot of passing there. They've only passed for 19 yards. The Cyclones have passed for 42 yards and rushed for 26. Julius Thompson, 5 of 9 for 42 yards. His leading receiver has been Parker Jackson and Justice Rubin. Justice Rubin, both have been shovel passes, totaled 9 yards, but Parker Jackson, 2 catches for 19 yards. Made a great catch on that 13-yard reception. And Jesus Perez had a catch for 14 yards. Running the football, Ethan Bartlett, 3 carries for 15 yards, and Ladarius Prince, 5 carries for 13 yards. The only turnover the first half, that belonged to the Panthers when they had entered the Cyclone red zone and gone backwards a little bit. 31 plays for Siloam Springs, 23 for Russellville. Penalty yards, 3 for 40 against the Panthers, 6 of 55 against Russellville. The Cyclones have not converted a 4th down yet. They're 3rd down yet. They're 0 of 4, but they did convert 1 4th down play. Siloam, they are 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions, 2 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. The red zone chances, Siloam's been in the red zone once. They did not convert as they turned the ball over. The Cyclones have been in the red zone one time. They converted with a field goal. The scoring summary for you, Siloam got on the board first in the 86-yard drive in 9 plays, so most of their yards came on that one drive in 2 minutes and 38 seconds with 9:06 left to play in the first half. Ryan Estacio got a 20-yard touchdown run. The extra point by Aguilar made it 7-0. The Cyclones came back twice. A 50-yard drive in 12 plays in 6 minutes and 18 seconds ended in a field goal by Jesus Perez of 31 yards, making it 7-3. That happened with 2:48 left in the first half. Then with 6 seconds left in the first half, Jesus Perez connected from 40 yards out. That capped off a 17-yard drive in 5 plays. The Cyclones were battling time there because they only had one timeout. They took over with just 40 seconds left and able to get on the board. Trail by a point, 7-6, and they'll have the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a 90-second break here and be back with the second half. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
A career in cosmetology is one where your success depends on you. But did you know cosmetology is more than just hair? If you want to do manicures and pedicures only, ask about the Nail Tech program at Arkansas Beauty College so you can provide high-quality manis and pedis to your clients. Arkansas Beauty College is also ACCSC accredited, so financial aid is available to those who qualify. To learn more, call Arkansas Beauty College at 968-3075 today. Earnings are according to the clients you build.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Well, Russellville won the opening toss, and they elected to defer. They're probably pretty happy about that right now, as they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
I think they are, and they're moving. I don't know. I'm kind of messed up on my directions. I think we're looking east, so they're moving. They're moving from north to south. But there is no win at all in this game, so there's no advantage of moving in any direction as far as passing or kicking the ball. So hopefully we can move down and score.
Cyclones have had that touchdown eluding them. Maybe they can get on the board here, and there's going to be a squib kick here, and Russellville's going to let it go out of bounds. Jesus Perez was back there to help return it, and you get your option here. You can make them kick it over if you want. You can take it from where it went out of bounds and a 5-yard penalty, or you can take it 35-yard line. So,
5-yard penalty from the 35-yard line.
okay, they're going to say that it went out at the 35, and then so they'll get the penalty from there. So Russellville will have it at the 40-yard line. It won't be 1st and 5. It'll be 1st and 10. And that's how we'll start the second half. I wondered, he said 35-yard line. I knew it didn't go out at 35. It did go out at the 32, and they do get that fixed here. We'll have to adjust our few things here. So penalties, 4 for 45 now in Siloam as they get penalized here, the first play of the second half. Julius Thompson, who's gone almost the whole way, except for Ethan Bartlett being in at quarterback some. He'll turn and hand it off to Jaden Foster, trying to bounce this one outside, breaking a tackle, and he may be off to the races. He's at the 45-40, being pushed out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Big gain for the Cyclones.
Yeah, he nearly lost his footage as he went around that sweep, but he gained control and gained about another 10, 12 yards on
27 total on the play.
Is that his longest from scrimmage
of the season?
Yeah.
Well, let me check. You'll have to watch. The longest was 18. Yep, that is his longest. 27 now.
Well, that's a good run.
Yeah, it flips the field a little bit. Russellville will have it.
Bartlett taking a snap.
Yeah, he's going to be the Wildcat with nobody behind it. Man in motion is Renfro. They'll fake it to him. Actually, that was Perez. And Bartlett going to carry it left side. He'll get inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Ethan Bartlett on the carry.
Pick up 3 yards on the play.
Inside the 35-yard line.
Cyclones got momentum at the end of the first half with that field goal, but
second down.
Thompson back in at quarterback.
They mark him at the 34 officially, so just 2 yards on the pickup. Man in motion is Bartlett. They're going to roll out to his right. Bartlett trying to get it to him. Pump fake. He had to elude a man there. Thompson did a nice job to make something out of nothing. And he gets close to a first down, just a couple yards shy. Did that little pump fake, and he got the defender in the air and knew then he could get around him. He had Bartlett, the short man. He had a man deeper than that, but they were covered up. They get to the 23-yard line. It'll be... Sorry, not 23, 28-yard line, third down. They say 2, but it's probably about a yard and a half.
I think Bartlett's going to take the snap.
Well, they got Jaden Foster in there at S-back, a kind of wing back there on Bartlett's left side. See if they try to seal that off. He's going to run up the gut, and he's got the first down, stumbling forward inside the 25. I'll mark him at the 22.
Boy, that's a good, strong run. Just off that left tackle and did a great job holding on to the ball.
Russellville continuing with this momentum, the big push. Here, everything seeming to go right for the Cyclones as they've carried what they closed out in the last few minutes of the second quarter here in the third quarter.
They're keeping Bartlett in there.
Brandon Flores, number 7, runs in. Danny Brown also would be the wingback's S-back. Play clock down to 9 seconds. Got to hurry here. 1st and 10 for Russellville at the 23-yard line. Bartlett will keep it up the gut once again and spinning away. We have a flag that flies, probably in the area holding. He'll get positive yards inside the 20 to 19, but let's see if it holds up.
Bartlett on carry, flag on the play.
It was thrown by the man in the white hat behind the Cyclones, and we'll listen in on this one.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
That'll push us back 10 yards, so negates any of the run there. And Russellville will have it at the 33-yard line.
That's what I said in pregame. When we get down that red zone, we got to stay away from those penalties.
Yeah, we were close there. That would have been the red zone had there been no penalty. Officially, the 33-yard line is where we are.
Is that Castro?
No, that's Julius Thompson in there at quarterback. No, mate, maybe you're right. It is. You're it. The throw is almost intercepted. He threw a little screen pass. Yeah, you're right. It was one. I didn't see that. He's a lefty, threw back, and we're lucky that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, they had 3 defenders out there, and I think every one of them touched it along with our receiver.
Had the try to get the screen set up there because, you know, when you get behind the chains like this, you're right. You kind of want to get a little bit back, and a screen is a good way to do it, but unable to make connection there. It'll be second down and long. This is Julius Thompson at quarterback. Looking left, in trouble. You know, fling it to the sideline. It's complete to Parker Jackson. Had to go to a knee to catch it, so it's dead immediately. And with Castro coming in on that last play, that's our third quarterback that we used tonight. Not as many as Siloam Springs. We were charting that at halftime, and they've used 5 different. I thought they'd use 6. I'm still trying to figure out if they did use a 6th player at quarterback. We're expecting a 6th if they haven't used one yet when they get the ball back. Third down and 16. The Cyclones need to get around the 12 for a first down. Play clock at 9. Cyclones trailing by a point. 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Thompson, he'll heave one downfield. It's a jump ball. It's going to be caught inside the 5. Flag flies. And this may be offensive pass interference. Siloam celebrating like it is. It was a good catch by the Cyclones, but yeah, offensive pass interference. That was going to put us inside the 5, but it negates the big play there. We'll still have a chance, but it pushes us back 10 more yards, negates the first and goal that we would have had, and it'll bring up third down and 26 back at our 39-yard line.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that one did. That one did. It was exciting for a minute, though.
Well, it's the 44-yard line of Siloam.
44-yard line, a 15-yard penalty. I didn't realize that. I marked it down as 10. Third and 31. Third and an Uber ride. Back to pass is Thompson. He'll fling this one towards the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. That would have been intercepted by Siloam had their other defender not tipped it. So I'm kind of glad that O'Brien actually tipped that ball first. He was going to Renfro, I think, was the receiver in the area. It'll be fourth down and 31 at the 44-yard line. And what was promising when the Cyclones got down to the 23 will end in a punt. They don't have anybody back. No, they're going to send one back now. Marcus Smith inside the 20 for the Panthers. They're not coming after this one. Perez, low spiral is going to be fielded. Fair caught at the 15-yard line. So it goes as a 29-yard punt. That's kind of what you want there. You don't want the big punt. You want to pin them back into the end zone. And Jesus Perez on that punt has now down 7 punts inside the 20-yard line. Cyclones drive down but have nothing to show for it. 8:13 left to play here in the third quarter. Cyclones trailing by a point. We're at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth here at Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs. The 14th consecutive meeting between the two teams. The Cyclones have won 10 of these. Siloam's won 2 games the past 2 years, last year and this year, and have not won a conference game in 5 years. I'll turn and hand this one off to Mason Short. He's going to be brought down shy of the 20-yard line. We just kind of caught him and tackled him that way.
Yeah, once he hit him, he wasn't going to go anywhere. He brought him down immediately.
The most wins ever by the Panthers was 9, but that happened in 1938. They had a 9-1 record by Glenn Black, the coach that this stadium is named after.
Staying in that same formation.
Yeah, this is a different quarterback here who's going to keep it. We got a flag flies. He'll pick up 1-yard run. And this was a quarterback we were not sure was even going to run at quarterback. This is Freddie Renderos. And the flag was thrown by the side judge. I think he said he stepped out at the 20. It'd be a 1-yard pickup, but we're waiting the flag.
Formation. Offense. 5 minutes.
All right, we got an illegal formation.
Second down.
Looked like it was the same one they ran before. They might have had a man off the line of scrimmage. I don't know.
All right, Russellville going to wrap him up for no gain.
Well, that's a good stop. Gain tackling in there. There's at least 4 or 5 Cyclones in on that tackle.
Stasio on the carry.
That was just straight up the middle.
16-yard line, 3rd and 9 for Siloam.
3rd and 9?
I did not see who carried that. They say Stasio carried that?
Yes.
I'm getting confused on how many guys they have quarterback. I mean, I thought we used a lot, and they've used 6 here on the same game and still waiting that 7th. They're going under center here with the wishbone formation once again, and there's the tailback short who stiff arms a couple of guys, just lowers his shoulder. Man, he runs like a fullback, you know. He just lowers that shoulder, punches almost, and I think he's got the first down.
Yeah, he's right at the line of scrimmage.
Short on the carry, Matthew Merrill.
And they say, you know, he's a track star. I'm not thinking that. They say he's fast. Don't let him get on the edge. No, he's a bruiser is who he is. And under center that time, Titus Benton, who's usually their starting quarterback, the one they want to play there. I tell you, the only time he's been in there, he's been in under center on the wishbone formation, and he's done a toss sweep. He's in there again. We'll see what they want to do. Are they setting something up, or he's got a shoulder issue? Not sure if he could throw. He'll turn and hand this one off to the first man through, and this is number 21, Isaac Calderon, who has gotten 2 carries tonight. Previously, the only time he's ever carried the ball is when he's been in there at the Wildcat formation. The rest of this year and tonight.
Carry to the 30.
A new wrinkle putting him at fullback, and just on the fullback play, fullback dive, he picks up 5 yards.
The Panthers.
Number 6, Haney is the one who stopped him.
2nd and 5 for the Panthers. They lead the Cyclones by a point, 7-6. 5:35 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. They're staying with the wishbone. I don't like seeing it against us, but usually I love watching wishbone, flexbone play. Under center, Benson, toss sweep. This is to Estacio running far side, and he'll dive forward for the first down. Looked like we were going to stop him short, and he kept his feet long enough just to make the 35.
Estacio on the carry, first down.
He's got 35 yards on 6 carries, and he's got the first down for the Panthers.
One thing the Panthers are doing are eating up that clock.
At the 35-yard line.
Stacio's a junior. He only had 95 yards rushing before this game, so he's over 100 on the season. He was running back last year. He shifted him more to receiver, but tonight he's one of the backs on the back side of this wishbone along with Mason Short. They're going wishbone once again. Toss sweep this time left side. Short. This is where he stiff arms, but he's going to hit the sideline and runs out of room as Matthew Marigil makes a tackle, but not before he gets into Cyclone territory at the 49-yard line.
Merrill making the stop.
He's over 100 yards rushing now, picking up 16 there. He's at 113 on 16 carries. Mason Short now is 4 games over 100 yards rushing tonight, or for the season.
When he runs that sweep to the left, that's where he's been gaining the yards. Once he gets to the outside, you just can't bring him down with an arm tackle.
Yeah, he's got 113 tonight. He had 145 against Van Buren. That wasn't even his best performance. First down and a 1-point lead for the Panthers. They're at the Cyclone 49-yard line. This time they go more out of the shotgun. Estacio in there at quarterback now, and they'll go forward to the 46-yard line. Feels like a different quarterback ever play. It's not, but it feels like it. It's not far from it, as they've now had 6 different quarterbacks.
Falls just short of the 45. 2nd and 7.
And one we haven't seen is the one who started tonight, Boaz Benson, who's more of a defensive player. Again, offered by OBU, was all conference last year on the defensive side. Estacio going to stay in there at quarterback on 2nd down. That's Mason Short. Now they'll shift over. Mason Short's going to get the snap. How about this? And he's going to get the snap, run the student body left, and lowers his shoulder there. The Cyclones taking him on there. Stovall said, hey, I'll take you on there, and pushed him backwards. He's not going to get the first down as he stopped at the 42.
To the 42-yard line.
They mark him at the 43-yard line.
But when he made Stovall, he didn't go any further. Haney was there also.
Ethan Haney, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. 3rd and 3. They need almost to the 39-yard line of Russellville for a first down. Titus Benson in at quarterback now, going under center in the wishbone formation. He'll turn and hand it off to Calderon, and it's going to depend on the spot, but I think, well, I don't think he's going to get it now. Looking at this near side guy, he's putting it at the 40-yard line. He'll be a yard short if that's where they're stopping him or marking him, and yeah, he's going to be about a half-yard short.
4th down.
The backside of the football is at the 40-yard line. They need almost to the 39, and now we have an official timeout for an injured player. It's still going to be a Cyclone, and oh no, that's Ethan Haney.
He's holding his left ankle.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Russellville has been snake bit by injuries all year, and you can always say this is a guy we don't need to lose. But Ethan Haney, he's going to be playing at the next level with several offers, including Arkansas Tech and McPherson and Missouri Southern, and we don't want to lose him tonight. He's the heart of this Cyclone team. We'll take a break as he's being tended to. 2:55 left to play here in the third quarter. Russellville trails by a point, 7-6. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Feel Right Autoplex, we want your car. We're giving cash on the spot, no trade necessary. Right now, we are buying local and giving more money than ever for local trades. Plus, while you're here, check out the 0% financing on the 2025 GMC Sierra, or 2.99% for up to 72 months on 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. Feel Right Autoplex, we want your vehicle and we're willing to pay for it. Bring us your car today and leave with cash in hand. Come see us today at Feel Right Autoplex, Russellville.
Welcome back to the Lathis Realty broadcast booth here at Siloam Springs. Russellville trailing the Panthers by a score of 7-6. Ricky Elliott had sent me a note. The halftime score, Mountain Home was leading Van Buren 35-0, so that'll be a mercy rule game in the second half. Shiloh Christian has opened it up in the third quarter, leading Lake Hamilton 49-12. That's who Russellville will play next week. Lake Hamilton at home, Greenwood. In the second quarter, they haven't mercy ruled Southside yet, but 35-14 is the score there. Dardanelle's had a couple close calls the last 2 weeks. Right now, though, they're leading Pottsville in the second quarter by a score of 28-0. 4th and 1 for the Panthers after Ethan Haney walks off the field, and they're going to go for it. They've gone for it twice. Russellville shut them down both times. They're going under center with the wishbone formation. Titus Benson will turn to give it to Calderon. Big hole. He's got the first down and a whole lot more as he gets down to the 29-yard line. Needed about a half yard. He got 10.
Calderon on the carry.
25 yards on 5 carries for Isaac Calderon.
Yeah, there was an opening there on that right side, right guard, between the right guard and tackle.
The Cyclones kick back-to-back field goals in the final 4 minutes of the second quarter. Opened up the third quarter, drove all the way down, then had some penalties and bad luck, pushing them back, punted it away. This is the first drive of the second half for Siloam Springs. And both teams like to run the football. You're not going to get many drives, and they're driving down with a 1-point lead. Toss sweep here to Mason Short, trying to get the edge once again, and he'll be taken out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, but that's good enough for a first down.
Mason Short on the carry inside the 20.
I tell you, he hasn't hit the edge where he's just gone down the sideline on us, but he's made up some yards. Their offensive line is big, and they're as advertised. They're a young group, but they're playing very well and just moving the pile there. They get the first down, and they get into the red zone for the third time tonight.
They're doing some good blocking on our linebacker, especially on the outside, just pushing them out of the way and making a hole for Mason Short.
Coming into the game, the Cyclones have stopped teams 15% of the time once they've gotten into the red zone. They've also been pretty good on fourth down, the defense has, except for that previous one. 1st and 10 for the Siloam Springs Panthers at the 19-yard line. The toss is to Ryan Estacio, breaking a tackle, cutting back to the left. He'll get inside the 15, but a flag flies, and this is right at the 20-yard line. Thinks it's going to be holding on Siloam Springs as they tackled one of our defensive linemen there.
Holding. Offense. Number 9. 10-yard penalty for the previous.
Now Schwarniger, the tight end, he blocked our guy and then took him to the turf.
Ball to the 29-yard line.
So 10-yard penalty erases a pretty good run by Ryan Estacio. It'll still be first down, 1st and 20 for the Panthers. They're rolling up the yards. Now they've got 181 yards rushing, most of it on this drive. But 1st and 20. Now the wishbone formation once again. Here's a toss sweep to Mason Short, running left side, and big hit, big collision there on the sideline as he gets inside the 30 near the 25. I think he's short of the 25-yard line. So it'll be about, what, a 3-yard pickup? I think they're putting him at the 26. 2nd down and 17 for Mason Short. Coming into the game, he's got 588 yards rushing, just 4 touchdowns. Does have 3 fumbles. I'd like to see one here. But his career high was earlier this year, 184 yards rushing and a touchdown against P. Ridge. Tonight he's got 130 yards on 19 carries. 2nd and 17. It's okay to give up 3 yards when it was 1st and 20. They'll turn and hand it off to Calderon, and he'll get a yard before being driven back and tackled there. Nicely there by Jerron Brown.
Calderon on the carry.
Haney's back in there, limping a little bit, but he's back in there, in on that stop.
2 yards on the pickup there, 3rd and 15.
24-yard line.
That's the thing. Teams that like to run the ball, especially if they're going to go wishbone for a while, put them behind the chains, get holding penalty, and just stop them there. Yeah, they got 1st and 20. I'm fine with them getting 3 yards and 2 yards.
You think they're going to have to put it up in the air?
They might. I wonder what quarterback they're going to have in there if they do that, though. If they're thinking 4-down territory, they might not, but their kicker has a pretty decent leg. And Nathan Aguilar. Play clock was down to 1 second, so Siloam's going to have to take a timeout, and they do. We'll take it with them. Russellville trailing here 7-6 with just under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Twist the throttle, tame the trail,
Gentlemen, at this
power
time,
through
we'd like
tough
to recognize
jobs.
our
Honda's Right
2025
Rib
Siloam
Summer
Springs
Sales
Football
Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bikes. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side dents indoors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
Siloam Springs had to call a timeout there, but you know they really didn't want to use their first timeout with under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. You want to save those in a tight game like this. We're at Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam at the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. 52 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. The Panthers looking at 3rd and 15. Had to waste a timeout because the play clock was down to 1 second. Boaz Benson, pump fake. He's going to throw for the end zone. No, he's going to throw for the sideline, and jumped up and caught inside the 10. He had a receiver in the end zone I thought was more open than that. We had man-on-man coverage, and they just won the one-on-one battle there. I think that's Schwarniger, and he comes up limping. He's holding up his left leg. And
Stuart Schwarniger on the reception.
He's in some pain. That gives them 1st and goal the second time they've been inside the 10. The only other time was their first drive of the game, and they ended up with a fumble, and Schwarniger couldn't get off past the 20, and so they're saying it's an official's timeout to help him. And I'll tell you, that was one-on-one coverage. We had good coverage. You know, he just won the battle. It goes for an 18-yard gain when they needed 15, and their longest downfield pass of the night. Boaz Benson, who threw that, I think that's his first snap of the second half at quarterback, and he's 4 of 8 for the game for 37 yards.
You'd think they'd go into that
wishbone formation.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who the
They
quarterback
may.
is. Yeah,
I see Titus Benson, number 2, coming in there, so they may be doing that. Yeah. They're going to have to switch tight ends. They put Boaz Benson on the left side. That may be where they're running the short side of the field behind them. It is. Mason Short running left side, and he's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. Mason Short scores the touchdown, and it's a 7-point lead for the Panthers. That caps off a long drive on that 6-yard run. We'll give you the details when we come back from the break, but first we have the extra point try by Nathan Aguilar. 19 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. And the extra point, boy, didn't have much on it, but did have just enough. 14-7 as the extra point was good. We'll take a break now. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
R&R Tire Express is all about thanks and giving. At R&R, we're thankful for you. And to show our thanks, R&R is reducing payments by 25% on every set of wheels and tires in the store, so you can roll into the holidays with more cash in your pocket. We're also giving back to the community, and we want you to help. Nominate a deserving family to win a free Thanksgiving meal by texting MEAL to 43414. R&R Tire Express on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
KCJC, Darknell, Russellville.
Hey, you guys play the best country of all.
River Country. Come on. KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Stephen Barry, our engineer for tonight. Chase Canfield Media Team, Aaron Duval. I'm Mickey Duval with you. Russellville has fallen behind now by 8, 14-6 to Siloam Springs with 19 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. That drive, after the punt by the Cyclones that pinned them back, they've had 2 long drives. That's been their 2 touchdown drives. 86 yards in the second quarter. That one there went for 85 yards in 15 plays. That one took some time. 7 minutes, 54 seconds. Almost all running plays. That did get a big pass play. Mason Short, a 6-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good. 14-6 is the score. Russellville taking the kickoff at the 27-yard line and going to return it past the 40 to about the 41. I thought that was Perez that caught it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Jesus Perez. Mm-hmm. And so took it from the 27 officially. We're going to see it marked down to 41. I think it is. And so a 14-yard return by Jesus, and Russellville will have it there at their own 41. Russellville will be hosting Lake Hamilton for the final regular season game. Again, win or lose here, that game still puts Russellville in the playoffs. If they lose tonight, they can still make the playoffs, but they got to finagle some things around. Basically, they would have to win by more points than Siloam beats them by, and we'll talk about that at the end of the game if this score holds. Russellville trailing 14-6 with 13 seconds left to play here in the third. Thompson going to turn and hand this one off, and this is Sam Callahan for just his second carry tonight, and he'll get a couple yards. They weren't sure how much he was going to be able to go, was not able to practice very much at all this week. They're trying to rest that ankle, and I think he got a yard there. And we showed no time on the clock, and so we've got one more quarter to go. We'll take a break. The Cyclones trailing the Panthers 14-6. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Stella Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation provides skilled professional care in a compassionate, supportive, and comfortable atmosphere. Whether it's long-term care, a short-term respite, or 24-hour skilled nursing, Stella Manor offers compassionate, professional support in a comfortable, family-like setting. With a full therapy program, hospice partnerships, and director-led activities every day, your loved one receives care that goes beyond the basics. Call or visit today to see the difference compassion makes at Stella Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation.
Hey, Dr. Blaine Leeds here down at the dental office in Clarksville. Did you know that Dr. Justice Williams, who's now working with us, was the Brookdale Hospital Oral Surgery Resident of the Year in Brooklyn, New York, and he came back to work with us? So, he grew up in Lamar, went to University of the Ozarks and Hendrix College and UALR, and then on to NYU Dental School. Welcome home, Dr. Justice Williams. Give us a call today. That's 479-97-SMILE. Dr. Blaine Leeds, Dr. Justice Williams. Live, love, smile.
Well, a little bit of confusion there because there was an injured Panther at the end of that last play, so it's eating a little bit of time they have. It was Isaac Calderon who is up walking off under his own power. And so as we start the fourth quarter now, they're getting ready to call Russellville back on the field. Russellville trailing 14-6. We're at Siloam Springs and Glenn Black Stadium and Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Russellville with the ball at the 42-yard line, actually technically probably the 41.5, as the Cyclones looking at 2nd down and 10. Saw Sam Callahan with a second carry, and not sure how much more he'll be able to do. Ethan Bartlett in at quarterback, as this will be the first play of the fourth quarter. He'll keep it himself, and got hit there by Boaz Benson and stopped his forward progress at the 44. They push him back, but when you know you're about to be tackled, Bartlett did the smart thing. Don't fight for extra yards because you get forward progress. They push him back all the way inside the 40, and
off the 44-yard line.
But you don't fight for more yards, you're pretty good there. So you're like, okay, we're good. We'll get the forward progress to the 44.
Because if you're still trying to move forward, they're going after the ball.
Yeah, and plus the official will not give you that forward progress. 3rd down and 7. The Cyclones need 1 yard into Siloam territory for a first down. Julius Thompson in at quarterback here on 3rd down. Back to pass. Looks right, rolls left. He'll have to come back to the right, picks up a couple blocks there, and he's going to be dropped a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. Looked like he had a little bit of opening there in the middle, but it closed up pretty quickly.
Yeah, if he could have got to the outside, to the right side, I think he had an opening there, possibly getting close to the first down.
Cyclones looking at 4th and 8. On the season, coming into the game, they're 6 of 16 going for it on 4th downs. They've not been able to, not going to be able to go for it here. They're 1 for 1 tonight, but it's going to be Perez to kick this one away. Well, they did a good job blocking Mason Short, and they're going to let this ball go, and it takes a big Russellville bounce and rolls inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Pretty good punt there by Jesus Perez. Sorry, they were coming after. We blocked Mason Short, and I don't think that. Yeah, I can say he didn't do anything wrong there. The Cyclones didn't, but they put a big block on Mason Short, and he came up a little slow, and then the sideline warning has actually been called against Siloam Springs. Just a warning. They said it's their first of the game, so no yardage or anything. A 40-yard punt is what will go in the books for Jesus Perez. Here with 10:30 left to play in the ball game, and now you got to look at your defense and say, hey, we need to stop. And I know 10:30 seems like a lot of time, but not the way these teams have been taking their time. This is just the second offensive possession for Siloam Springs. Their first one ate up 7 minutes and 54 seconds, so they're going to kill some time. We really need a 3 and out, or possibly the second turnover of the game. Play clock's at 15 seconds. They're just now running on. They may have to use a timeout. They're lining up here with 9 seconds left. They better go quick. Titus Benson under center with 2 seconds. He'll run the tall sweep to Estacio and bounces off a tackler still on his feet, and going to be dropped shy of the 20-yard line. Well, for a moment there, I thought he juggled the toss there a little bit, but he gets to the 18-yard line, so all that for a pickup of 1 yard.
Good pursuit by the Cyclone defense.
That was the 18-yard line, 2nd and 9.
That could have been a dangerous run for us.
Siloam up by 8. They're thinking, look, we want to make first downs, but if not, we got to eat up as much time as possible just to kill a couple minutes. Wishbone formation once again. Mason Short running left side, and he'll get to the 20 and get a little help from his friends to get to the 21, but that'll be it. Just a 3-yard pickup. 3rd down and 6 coming. Thought there was a flag down, but it was just a towel that was thrown back by Mason Short. 3rd down and 6. See if they put this one up in the air. They're changing out some personnel, and they bring Mason Short to the sideline, their biggest playmaker, who has been fantastic tonight. 21 carries, 139 yards, and the touchdown to put them up 8. But they're going to Boaz Benson. He's out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. They're going to throw a screen pass, and he short-hopped it to Jack O'Brien, and that's good for us because it ends up incomplete pass, but also it stops the clock with 9:05 left.
It was. It's just it's like a shortstop picking up a baseball. It just right at his feet, and he was wide open.
Yeah, he's a tall, good wide receiver. They've only targeted him twice this year, this game, and he's only got one catch for 8 yards. He's got the most receiving yards on the team this year, but he's been quiet tonight. Short is back to punt. He'll get this one away. And it's a knuckleball that hits on the far side and rolls into our territory and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 35-yard punt by Mason Short. We came after that one. Remember, we roughed him the first time he punted. Good to see that we got close, but we laid off at the last second. Russellville will have the ball with 9:05 left and down 8. 8:56 left to play in the ball game.
We need to score on this series.
Yeah, we do. Russellville can make the playoffs a couple different ways. They could win their last 2. They could lose tonight and beat Lake Hamilton and to go to point differential. Or if they lose tonight and beat Lake Hamilton by the same amount as they lose tonight, they could go to a coin flip. So Siloam has to win tonight if they hold any hope. Thompson going to keep it. It looked like it was confusion there, and he's going to lose yardage on the play. A little confusion between him and the running back. He'll lose yardage back to the 40-yard line. Quarterback sacks come off quarterback rushing, so he's got 8 carries for 3 yards, but realize the sacks come off his rushing totals. They'll give him the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 13. Russellville going to make the switch at quarterback here to get Edwin Castro his second snap of the game, and Jaden Foster in there will be the running back to his left. Clock rolling with 8:10 left. Man in motion, fake it to Rubin, and Foster juggled a little bit but cuts back, went right to left, hung on to the football, and he's across the 45 to the 47.
Yeah, when he juggled that ball was in front of him. He didn't have his hands on it, but he grabbed it and gained some yards for us.
He was juggling, but he just kept moving forward with it, picking up yards where he had it clean or not. He picks up 6 yards on that. He's got 33 yards tonight rushing, and 3rd and 7 for Russellville. They need the 46-yard line of Siloam Springs for a first down, and 7:36 is left in the ballgame. Clock rolling here, and keep the same formation here and personnel. Castro going to throw, and this is going to be picked off by Marcus Smith at the 34-yard line. He's going to turn it back at midfield. He breaks a tackle at the 45, and he's going to go the distance. Intercepted at the 34-yard line. No, I called it going the distance. He's tackled at the 6-yard line.
Marcus Smith with the interception. Flag on the play.
There is a flag. Maybe it's against them. We'll see. It's down to the 6-yard line. I'm looking for. They said flag on the play, and I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, at the 32. So I guess it's on the run back there. So I have to sort through this. I'm doing some totaling, so I may need you to help me out on this.
Interception, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 28, Siloam Springs. That 15-yard penalty being enforced in the spot of the foul.
Okay, that helps us because they were going to get at the 6-yard line. It's a spot foul from the 32-yard line, so that erases 26 yards of return yardage, and then it's going to put them near midfield.
47-yard line of the Cyclones, 1st and 10 for Siloam.
So that helps us, but what hurts us is the interception.
Yeah, they get the ball.
Yeah,
with 7:13 left.
Marcus Smith stepped in front of the interception. I think we were going to Parker Jackson, but not sure. They picked him off at the 34, returned it all the way down to the 6-yard line, but the blindside block at the 32 moves him back 15 yards to the 47. They're at the Cyclone 47-yard line. Interception thrown there by Edwin Castro, and running the right side, and he's going to be tackled at the 45-yard line. Siloam Springs on that play. I understand we're back here with the radio, so we'll tell you what happened. Edwin Castro threw an interception by Marcus Smith, who returned it down to the 6-yard line of Russellville, but a blindside block called on the Panthers. Called on the Panthers, so it moves it back to the 32, and then the 15-yard penalty back to the 47. They'll throw a screen pass this time, complete to O'Brien, and he'll be taken out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
Jack O'Brien.
They tried that last possession, and that's the one that they short-hopped. It's close to a first down, but I think he's going to be about a yard shy from where they're spotting it, 39-yard line.
Once at the 39-yard line, 3rd and 2.
It is going to be 3rd, and they say 2, and yeah, it's about that.
Okay, here comes a wishbone probably.
You're right, Titus. Benson replaces his brother Boaz Benson in at quarterback under center. He's gone under center the entire way. He'll toss sweep it there to Mason Short, and he's got the first down as he gets to the 35-yard line.
Mason Short to the 45-yard line, first down, Siloam.
He's a very tough runner, very hard to bring down. Again, I've said it before, you cannot hit him high because he's going to run over you. He's going to put a shoulder into you.
Yeah, and his the 3rd most yards he's gotten in a game all season, 143 tonight. Had 145 against Van Buren and 184 against Pea Ridge in their 3rd game of the season. 1st and 10 as he picks up 4 there. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left. Cyclones trailing by 8. They got to get the ball back quick. Here's a toss sweep to Estacio, and he's going to pick up 5 yards, 6 yards, but a flag flies back at the line of scrimmage. This may be a holding penalty. They're talking it over. We'll wait and see. Now they're pointing back, so I'm not sure yet. He would be down at the 30. Would be a pickup of 5 yards. They're pointing like it's going to be tacked on. I just don't know. It's hard to guess sometimes.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Defense, number 22.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist on the Cyclones. So they'll tack it on at the end of the run, a 5-yard run, and then the penalty will put them in the red zone. You know, they had 2 victories this year. They beat Heritage. The game initially was called a no contest because the lights went out, but it happened in the early 3rd quarter, and they had a big lead, so they ended up calling it a forfeit, a victory against Heritage. They've beaten Heritage the last 2 years and Pea Ridge the last 2 years, but they've not won a conference game in 5 years, but they've entered the Cyclone red zone up 8. We need a turnover here. Out of the wishbone formation. They'll turn and toss it to Mason Short. He's going to be hit in the backfield, but just how strong he is. He gets across the line of scrimmage to the 13.
Mason Short on the carry. Patrick Burney making initial contact for the Cyclones. Ball's at the 13-yard line.
Patrick Burney, you heard there, making the stop.
I thought he gained more than that, but
yeah, we'll take it. They're at the 13-yard line, 2nd and 8. Clock is not our friend. 5:15 left. Russellville trailing 14-6.
Staying with that wishbone.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
They've had a turnover down here in the 1st quarter. They had a fumble out of the shotgun formation. They tried to reverse and had that on that. And that was how they had the turnover. This is a toss sweep to Short, who gets inside the 10 to the 9. Yeah, that's been the only turnover of the game.
Inside the 10.
They got down here, this exact spot. They actually at one point had 1st and goal, went backwards a little bit, the turnover on the reverse.
3rd and 4 for Siloam.
That's how Russellville stopped them on their first drive. 3rd down and 4 from the 9-yard line. Clock continuing to roll. Russellville with all 3 timeouts. May need them. If we can hold them to a field goal try, maybe block the field goal or get a turnover right here. 3rd down. We got to stop them right here, though. Can't give them a fresh set of downs. Out of the wishbone formation. They'll turn it, and they'll pitch it to Estacio, and he's going to stroll into the end zone for the touchdown. Boy, they blocked that one beautifully because I don't know if Estacio got touched.
That's the 2nd time they've run that with him, and he scored both times.
Well, but the first time was out of shotgun formation with him at quarterback. But, yeah, you're right.
Runs
splitting
right
that.
Side,
yeah, they split that, and Estacio's 2nd touchdown tonight makes it 20-6, and the Cyclones behind the 8 ball now. They're down 2 scores. 8 was still kind of 1 score. The lefty, Aguilar, puts it through. 21-6 our score with 4:15 left to play in the game. And hang on a second. Before we go to break, Steven, sorry, don't mean to throw you a curveball, but we got flags flying. I want to see what the flag is. And
there's another one.
Yeah, another one, and some official threw his hat. So there's a lot going on down there. when you throw your hat and there's nobody out of bounds, what that means is you want to throw a second flag and you don't have it. So the officials are going to huddle here and talk about this one. Yeah, I see a hat down at the 9-yard line, some laundry down at the 6 and at the 12-yard line. And they're going to talk about it. When they start throwing flags and hats and then you see a wedding ring come off, they're just throwing everything they can. They start seeing stuff like that. And then they have to sort through it. 21-6 is our score after that touchdown.
You know, the officials tonight have done a good job keeping this ball game under control and moving it. They've done a good job.
That last drive will, again, give you the details in just a little bit, but we want to wait and see. We don't want to interrupt anything. Remember, after the interception, they could have had a 1st and goal, but they had the penalty. Here we go.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 24 of Russellville.
All right, personal foul against the Cyclones.
Forced on the kickoff. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 43 of Russellville.
Oh, Russellville's got a couple personal foul penalties. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break and then sort through all this. This is Cyclones trailing 21-6. We'll be back after this. This is Russellville football on the EAB Sports Network.
There's just something nice about having a friend in the business. Johnny Story in to visit with you about River Valley Furniture, Russellville. There's a good reason why River Valley Furniture has been in business more than 3 decades. More than likely, you, your mom and dad, or your grandparents have purchased furniture from River Valley Furniture, and now you have that same opportunity to check out their new Ashley Home Store, Highway 331. River Valley Furniture, south of high prices.
All right, sorry about that, Stephen. The silence there, we're trying to figure it out. There was back-to-back 15-yard penalties against the Cyclones, and what this means is that Siloam Springs, you don't see this too often, is going to get the kickoff. Think about this, from the Russellville 30-yard line. And they could kick a field goal from here. This would be a 40-yard field goal. So you figure, why not an onside kick? Siloam leads it by a score of 21-6 with 4:15 left. But back-to-back personal foul penalties on the extra point. We did have an ejection, too. They're going to do the onside kick, and Russellville is going to let it go out of bounds. Well, that's dangerous because that was a free ball. It went past the 20-yard line. And so you get it 15 yards away from where the kick. But you don't want that. You want the 15. You can get it from where it went out of bounds plus 5 yards. That's what Russellville is going to do. It went out of bounds at the 18. You get it at the 5 yards beyond that. So a lot to sort through here. But we don't look. We're Cyclone fans. We don't want to bring attention to anything or bash anybody. So Russellville going to have the ball at the 23-yard line, I believe. Once it's said and done, that's what it should be. They're trying to sort through that, and we'll wait and see.
Oh, another penalty against. Oh, no, that's the same one. Sorry.
Yeah, he said free kick out of bounds. I was waiting to see if they were going to move him back and make it kick again, because you always ask that. And then they were talking to Coach Wheeler. I'm sure they're saying, hey, what do you want to do here? But, yeah, they do mark it off 5 yards from the 18 to the 23-yard line. That's a new rule. I think maybe this year, maybe last year, where it used to be it just went out of bounds where you could get it, but now they add 5 yards to that. So 8 penalties, 80 yards for the Panthers. Cyclones, 11 penalties for 155 yards.
Castro's a quarterback.
Yeah, Edwin Castro is going to turn and fire this one. It's going to be too tall for his intended wide receiver. Renfro was in the area. Brown was in the area.
That's incomplete.
And it went right through the defender's hands. That's close to being picked off.
It was 0 of 3 tonight for Castro. That one goes incomplete. Stops the clock with 4:12 left. Russellville trailing 21-6. On that last scoring summary, they go 32 yards in 7 plays. Estacio, a 9-yard touchdown run. The drive took 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. And that drive, and again, remember, they could have returned to pick 6, but they had the block in the back. We stopped them at the 6-yard line. Here's Julius Thompson. He's making something out of nothing, as it looked like he was going to be sacked for about a 7-yard loss, and boy, it's going to be about a 6-yard gain. Good job by Juju Thompson.
Did one of the best fakes, got the defender up in the air again. In fact, he got 2 of them up in the air. And gain some good yardage.
We got 2 players down, both for Siloam Springs, as they're going to give Juju the 29-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 4 coming. One player is up, the other one down. Looks like a cramp. We're going to take a break here. Russellville trailing 21-6 with 3:59 left to play in the game. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Are you ready to take your beauty career to the next level? Hairtech Studios is hiring estheticians, masseuses, salon professionals, and more to join their state-of-the-art family-owned salon and spa that's been serving the River Valley for over 30 years and counting. They offer hair, nails, waxing, extensions, permanent cosmetics, and spa services. This is your chance to grow your clientele and your career with a team that feels like family. Apply today and schedule your interview with Sharon Callahan, Hairtech Studios, 211 North Detroit Avenue.
Welcome back to Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. The player down for Siloam Springs is Mason Short. He's their Mr. Everything, and looks like it's a cramp. You don't expect a cramp when it's, 47 degrees outside, but that's kind of what it looks like from here anyway. Okay, maybe not a cramp. The way he was holding up his leg, I thought it was, still is. The way he's pushing out, you kind of see him push out that heel. That kind of indicates that. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Cyclones after that run by Julius Thompson. Again, Julius not played quarterback in a varsity game before tonight. He's done a pretty good job there. 9 carries. I know it sounds funny. 9 carries for 10 yards. Realize quarterback sacks come off rushing totals. He did a good job there, avoiding a 7-yard sack and turning it into a 6-yard gain. And Mason Short for Siloam Springs is up and limping noticeably, but limping on his own power. Julius Thompson will be back in there at quarterback. The Cyclones trailing 21-6. They're 2 scores down. They do have all 3 timeouts, but they need to score and score in a hurry. 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. And you start thinking, when do you go for 2 here? You go first time, the second time, you onside kick it, but you got to score first. And a lot of thoughts, I'm sure, going through the coaching staff's mind right now. Man in motion is Julius Thompson after bringing Danny Brown in motion. He'll turn and hand it off to Quay Prince, and he got close to the first down. I think he may have it. That was Jaden Foster. Took a big lick, but I think he got the first down.
Yeah, they're moving the chains.
Dead by Ryan Stasio. First down. Cyclones.
Yeah, they oohed and awed over the big hit. However, you got to realize that was enough for a first down for Jaden Foster. Thompson now back. He avoids pressure. He's going to tuck it and run, find some room up the middle. Spin move. He'll pick up about 9 yards to the 42-yard line.
Good run. Right up the middle.
Yeah, the Cyclones going quickly. They're not wasting any time between that last one. Once they got the chain set, they're going to do the same thing here. 3:16 left on 2nd and 1, and everybody moved but the center. I got confused about that. We got a false start on the Cyclones.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. No second out.
Now move us back to the 47-yard line. 3:11 left. Let's get the call in and try to get this one again. Russellville down by 2 scores, 21-6. In danger of seeing Siloam Springs Conference losing streak coming to an end. Student section near where the Cyclones are, they're making some noise, making it hard to hear. Thompson going to throw the far side, complete to Parker Jackson. He steps out of bounds to stop the clock, and he's got enough for the first down at the 48-yard line.
Good catch by Jackson.
1st and 10 for the Cyclones.
Pickup of 12 yards on the play. Cyclones convert, get the first down, their 9th one of the game, trailing 21-6. Clock stopped with 3:03 left. And now we have a stoppage once again, and Coach Lockridge of Siloam Springs wants to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Thinking about buying an RV? Now's the time, and Nice Campers is the place. This family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating the Forest River Great Getaway Sales Event happening now. Shop top brands like Tracer, Flagstaff, and Puma with no hidden fees, no pressure, and financing starting at just $99 a month. Visit Nice Campers at 3814 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville or call 479-229-1499. Browse anytime at nicecampers.com. Nice Campers, family values, unbeatable deals, and adventure-ready RVs.
Welcome back. The Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Siloam Springs leading the Cyclones 21-6. Coach Lockridge They're putting 2 more seconds back on the clock is what they're doing. Coach Lockridge calling that timeout. You know, he was a Cyclone defensive coordinator for Jeff Holt from 1999 to 2004. He left to be the DC at Charleston, where he graduated from, and then the head coach. He was at Charleston for 6 years. He didn't lose 10 games total in 6 years. He won 2 state championships in 08 and 11 before leaving for Alma. And coached there, then became the AD. Wanted to get back into coaching, coach his son, and came here to Siloam last year. His son is now a junior receiver for him here at Siloam. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. We're back to action. Julius Thompson back to pass. Boy, a clean pocket. He's going to roll it to his left. He's throwing across the middle, in and out of the hands of Parker Jackson. He's trying to catch that one in traffic. It'll stop the clock with 3:21 left. They really got they've got that all messed up, haven't they? I think they're 1 at 3:09 put back on the clock, and they put too much time on that. Helps us. I'm not going to say a word.
2nd and 10 for the Cyclones.
Oh, 3:29. Did they really put 20 more seconds? I thought it was at 3:09. Well, that helps us. We're not going to say a word. 3:21 left. Clock stopped here at 2nd and 10. The yard marker down there had 2nd and 10 on the previous play. Julius Thompson throwing. This is going to be picked off by Siloam Springs right at the sticks. That's, I was almost thought that was Marcus Smith, but no. That was number 5, whoever that is.
Pass picked off by
they
I'm
played
sure
good
it was, yeah.
Good tight coverage over there. Ball was just underthrown a little, but I like the play call, though.
That one hurts. That puts them with the ball at the 42-yard line. Is that Weston Baumgartner who made that the interception?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, and that'll give the Panthers the ball at their own 42-yard line, and that one hurt because you're down 2 scores with 3:15 left.
Back to the wishbone again.
Yeah, they're going to milk some time off the clock. Here's a toss sweep here to Estacio. They'll cut back towards the middle and pick up a couple, and that'll be it. Ford Carter helping on the stop. I wonder if Mason Short's in the game.
He is.
At all. And number 3 he is. Okay, yeah, even after that injury.
2nd and 8 for Siloam.
They give him the 44-yard line. So 2nd down and 8. Russellville with 3 timeouts, not using any yet. Again, down 2 scores. Russellville trailing 21-6. If it would hold like this, I'll wait after this play. Out of the wishbone formation on 2nd down and 8. They'll give it to Mason Short running left side, and he'll get across the 45 and be stopped just shy of midfield. If it would hold like this, in order to make the playoffs, the Cyclones would need to win against Lake Hamilton next week by at least 13 points. And even then, it would go to a coin flip. That's what this one means here, if it stays like this. So even if we lose, it would really help us if we actually would score. It's kind of an odd situation. 13 is the cap, so it doesn't matter if you win by 13 or if you win by 63 points. And once you're by 13, that's it. So if this score holds, Siloam Springs will get credit for a 13-point victory. Lake Hamilton beat Siloam by 13 points. Russellville would need to beat Lake Hamilton by 13 points at least. But let's say we lose by 8, then it wouldn't even consider a coin flip. We just have to win by more than 8 against Lake Hamilton, and then we go. So, again, all hope's not lost, but you like to win this one. If not, you want to lose as close as possible. Russellville using a timeout there with 2:17 left, trailing 21-6. How about a fumble, scoop, and score here? That would really help us.
I'd like to see Mason do that.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. He's fumbled 3 times on the season. There's a toss sweep to Mason Short, and he's got the 1st down and a whole lot more. Russellville trying to hold him up to try to strip the football. That's what we need to do, but could not strip the football. He gets into Cyclone territory before being brought down inside the 35. 19-yard pickup, 173 yards rushing from Mason Short. He's going to sleep well tonight. That's 11 yards shy of the most he's had in his career in a game. They have it 1st and 10 at the Cyclone 32-yard line with under 2 minutes to go. Wishbone once again. Titus Benson, who has not thrown a pass tonight. He's only been in there on wishbone situations. Tall sweep to Mason Short, and he gets out of bounds. That helps us, I'm sure. That's why I don't understand when teams run to the short side of the field when they're ahead like that. I figure you run the wide side of the field and then slide down. But I'm happy to stop the clock here with 1:32 left, but we need a little bit of help. We need to stop, a strip, or something. 2nd down and 4.
You do have to wonder about that, don't you?
Yeah.
Run to the short side of the field.
If you're going to do that, if you're ahead, you want them to go down before they go out of bounds. Clock stopped with 1:32 left. And now a timeout called by Coach Lockridge. The clock was already stopped. They'll use their last timeout. Siloam Springs will take a break. 1:32 left in the game. Russellville trailing 21-6. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Back here at Glenn Black Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth in Siloam Springs, the Panthers leading the Cyclones 21-6 with 1:32 left. Crowd cheering. The fan favorite Christopher Haas, they were calling him Fridge, bringing him into the game. Big number 76, and I would not be surprised if he gets put in the backfield. And he looks similar to the Fridge, but he's a senior, so I figure he may be getting the football. I don't know. Now he's going to line up on the end there. Boaz Benson out of the shotgun formation, back in at quarterback. He'll fake the forward pitch, keep it himself, and he's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Boaz Benson across the 30.
And Russellville calling a timeout, I believe. They're trying to stop the clock here. 1:18 left, and they're going to put more time on the clock.
Timeout, Russellville. Their second charge timeout of the half. Please put 1:23 on the game clock.
They kept the clock moving there, and 1:23 as Russellville uses their second timeout. They'll have one more. So Russellville trailing 21-6, and we'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs with 2 convenient Cardinal at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
1:23 left to go in the game. Russellville, one timeout left. They trail 21-6. Siloam Springs looking at 3rd down and 6. Jack O'Brien in at quarterback now. Fake forward pitch. He's going to run it himself to the right side of the field, and he will get tackled in the inbounds. I thought it was going to be out of bounds at the 25, so just a pickup of 3 on the play.
The clock's still moving.
Yeah, they kept it moving. The Cyclones not using their last timeout. Now
they are.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to blow it dead here.
With football.
It should be 1:06 left at the very least. The Cyclones going to use their last timeout here. I'm sure they're going to put more time on the clock.
Russellville, their final timeout of the half. Please put 1:09 on the game clock.
1:09.
1:09.
Well, Siloam Springs had lost 27 games in a row heading into last year when Coach Doug Lockridge took over. And then they won his first game, defeated Heritage. They've lost 35 consecutive conference games coming into tonight, and that looks like that's going to be ended under Coach Lockridge. You know, he played offensive line at Arkansas Tech. He's friends with Coach Dave Wheeler. They were actually in Russellville at the same time, but not on the same team. And Coach Wheeler was at Arkansas Tech, and Coach Lockridge was at Russellville High School. It's looking at, let me see, 4th and 3. And Siloam looks like they're going to go for it here. Why not? You don't want to punt or try to kick a field goal. They've gone for 3 fourth down conversions tonight, only converted 1. They're going under center out of the wishbone formation. Toss sweep to Mason Short. Man, he's got the first down. He gets to the 20-yard line, and Russellville cannot stop the clock. And it looks like that's going to be all that's needed. If they want to, all they have to do is take a knee from here on out. Clock is stopped with 1:03 left to go in the game, and they're going to set the clock now. And they'll have to snap it at least one more time and maybe just one more time. So they'll have victory formation set up. And there'll be a lot of cheering and celebrating here at Siloam Springs tonight as they're going to take a knee and put this one to bed. The Cyclones will lose this one by a score of 21-6 as we see them take a knee. And I tell you, the Cyclones, their playoff hopes, a lot of people say, well, that eliminated the Cyclones. Not quite, okay? The Cyclones need just a little bit of help, not much, just a little bit of help, and they could still get into the playoffs. And we'll talk about that during our post-game show. But right now, the Cyclones lose it by a score of 21-6. We'll take a break, come back with that post-game show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Feel Right Autoplex, we want your car. We're giving cash on the spot, no trade necessary. Right now, we are buying local and giving more money than ever for local trades. Plus, while you're here, check out the 0% financing on 2025 GMC Sierra, or 2.99% for up to 72 months on 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. Feel Right Autoplex, we want your vehicle and we're willing to pay for it. Bring us your car today and leave with cash in hand. Come see us today at Feel Right Autoplex, Russellville.
Since 1991, Miller Roofing has stood over Arkansas rooftops as a symbol of trust, quality, and family. Miller Roofing Company has handled thousands of roofs with one goal in mind, exceeding your expectations through experience. So when storms strike, shingles age, or the unexpected happens, you don't have to wonder who to call. Remember Miller Roofing Company. They don't just build roofs, they build peace of mind. Visit miller-roofing.net today. Car trouble, big or small, Oscar's Auto Repair does it all. From oil changes to brake work to those tricky transmissions with the weird mechanical issues no one can figure out, the experts at Oscar's have you covered. Stranded? Call Oscar's for fast, dependable towing. Need a replacement vehicle? Ask about their on-site rental cars to get you back on the road in no time. Whatever vehicle issue you're struggling with, remember Oscar's Auto Repair, 1000 East 28th Street, Russellville.
The Russellville School District is seeking bus drivers. Route drivers start at $30.38 per hour. Substitute drivers make $30.38 per hour on routes. RSD is also looking for trip and shuttle drivers, earning $15.45 per hour for the duration of the event, and bus monitors for $15 per hour. Drivers and monitors can receive teacher retirement, and drivers are eligible for insurance. RSD is a registered training site if you don't have your CDL. Apply online at the russellvilleschools.net transportation page.
Since 1971, Sorrell's Body Shop's top priority has been customer satisfaction. The folks at Sorrell's get the job done right by providing their customers state-of-the-art equipment and highly skilled professional service technicians. The mission at Sorrell's is to deliver the most professional, ethical, highest quality service while giving back to their community every day. Sorrell's Body Shop, proudly supporting the Russellville school system. Go Cyclones!
Welcome back here at the Lathis Realty broadcast booth in Siloam Springs at Glenn Black Stadium. It didn't go our way tonight. The Cyclones lost by a score of 21-6. We'll give you the stats for tonight's game. We know that we all also posted on Facebook, and I know we're still on our live stream. And I mentioned this, I know we lost the game, but one of the coolest things I think is when all the seniors, football players, some parents sometimes will do that field walk. I said that they did before the game. They're going to do it now. It's kind of neat. But here on senior night, they're going away happy. We're not going away so happy. But we'll look at the stats for you. 301 yards of offense for the Panthers. Really, to be honest with you, it came off of 2 long drives of more than 80 yards. 170 yards from that, so everything else was 130 total. 148 yards of offense for the Cyclones. We'll do Russellville first. Running the football, the Cyclones had 90 yards rushing, 58 yards passing. Leading the way was Jaden Foster, 3 carries for 37 yards. Ethan Bartlett had 6 carries for 25 yards, and Julius Thompson 10 for 19, and Ladarius Prince had 5 for 13 yards. Passing the football, Julius Thompson 7 of 14 for 58 yards, one interception. Edwin Castro 0 of 3 for 1 interception also. Parker Jackson was targeted 9 times. He had 4 catches for 35 yards, a season high for him. Jesus Perez had a catch for 14 yards. Justice Rubin had 2 on shovel passes. For the Panthers, Boaz Benson was 5 of 10 for 43 yards, 18 on one play. That was a big play at the time that led to one of their scores. And Stuart Schwarniger, who caught that pass, he led them with 2 catches for 23 yards. Mason Short running the football. It was a Mason Short show, to be honest with you. 28 carries, 182 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ryan Estachio, 11 carries, just 55 yards, but he had 2 scores on the night. 64 plays for Siloam, 43 for Russellville. It was just 1 turnover. Siloam did it on their first possession, and they had 258 yards rushing against R90. 2 of 9 on third down conversions for Russellville, 7 of 15 for Siloam. Russellville went for 1 fourth down and got it. Siloam went for 4 fourth downs and picked up 2 of them. Penalties, this was the tough part. 8 penalties for 80 yards on Siloam Springs, 12 penalties on Russellville for 160 yards in the game. Red zone chances, 3 for Siloam. They came away with 2 scores. Russellville 2 times in the red zone came away with 1 score. The Cyclones lose it by a score of 21-6. Your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, I think the big thing to me was the amount of time that our defense was on the field. They, especially in that third quarter, they were on the field for a very, very long time. And I know it's cool temperature and everything, but you're out there, you're giving it all on every play, and you just get worn down. And I think throughout the game that hurt us with our defense being out there too long. The other thing, and you mentioned it just a second ago, was the penalties. I talked about that in the pregame. The penalties, yes, they come, but it seems like at certain times when we really need to score and we're close to it, we get a penalty, just like when we caught the ball down there on the 3-yard line. All of a sudden, we're not there anymore because of a penalty. And that hurts. Yeah, you want to cut your penalties back, but, man, you got to be very careful on every play, especially when you're getting into that red zone. You've got to protect that ball, and when you get a penalty, you're not protecting it. And you're moving back away from that red zone. And I think that hurt us tonight. Overall, I think we played a good game. I thought our offense looked good. We didn't pass a lot. We didn't run for a lot, but it was balanced. And I like the looks of that.
Yeah, they did. They overcome a lot of injuries and things like that and just could not stay in front of the change, like you said, with penalties. We have some scores that we want to tell you about. I mean, Van Buren, even though they were being mercy ruled, came back and scored 20 points in the second half. Greenwood is still leading Southside 56-21. We'll tell you that Dardanelle beat Pottsville 40-0. Dover's holding their own against Waldron. It's the third quarter score, 26-14. We'll have scores coming up for you at 10 o'clock. We do want to tell you, now listen, hear me out. Russellville still is eligible for the playoffs. And you say, okay, yeah, you're a Cyclone. Yeah, I am, but think about this. Here's what we need to have happen. Next week, we need Fort Smith Southside to beat Siloam Springs. They're going to beat Siloam Springs. Okay? And then we need to beat Lake Hamilton by 13 points or more. That's all that we need to do. If that happens, it's going to cause a 3-way tie between Lake Hamilton, Siloam Springs, and Russellville. They all have they all have 1 win, and perfect triangle where they have 1 win all against each other. So really, if Russellville can beat Lake Hamilton by 13 points or more, it will cause a coin flip. And so that's all you got to look at. You say, hey, that's not a big chance. Maybe it's not, but it's a chance. Okay, it's a chance you got to focus on. It's something to play for. And also senior night next week at Cyclone Stadium. So big week in Russellville next week. It'll be the last regular season home game and last regular season game for the Whirlwinds on Tuesday night. Of course, Thursday night we have Cyclone Madness at Cyclone Arena, and then senior night. And who knows? after that. So still got a chance there, and so it's something you got to think about. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Russellville Cyclone football. Remind you, our next broadcast will be next week. The Cyclones will be back at home, as we mentioned there. The Wolves of Lake Hamilton. It'll be the 16th meeting between the two teams. Cyclones lead the series, but it's close, 8 wins to 7 losses. And the game will have playoff implications, as we said. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the Coaches Show at 6:30. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Also want to send a special thank you to our Chief Engineer, Stephen Berry, and our Cyclone Booth media team of Chase Canfield. This is Cyclone Booth, KCJC, and EAB Sports, your home for all Cyclone sports all season long. Our final score from Glenn Black Stadium in Siloam Springs, it was the Panthers 21 and the Cyclones 6. Coming up at 10 o'clock on the radio side, you'll hear the scoreboard show from 10 until midnight. For Chase Canfield, Aaron Duval, Stephen Berry, I'm Mickey Duval saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Bassel. So long, everybody.
Russellville Cyclone football.